How many horses are in this photo? There is definitely more than one. The human nervous system. He looks a little nervous. Say something positive about gay people. Not only do they leave more girls for us, they take another dude with them. Let me be perfectly clear. Oh, I see. I appreciate your transparency. Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever, with his family. He's the one with the tie. Oh, really? I just thought that was a stranger. More people live in the green area than the blue area. Yeah, but we haven't really checked, have we? There could be a civilization we don't know about. Shoplifters, when they see a shop. What's stopping you from doing this? Common sense. I just don't want to die. Gun-controlled lamp. You can turn it off, but only once. At least 23 people live inside this red circle. I was wrong, guys, sorry. 0 people live in this red circle because it's a picture. Woman who did the deed with 20 ghosts is now engaged to a spirit. She found her boo. My girl keeps telling me she'd be having dreams that I'm cheating on her. So no, I've got to do it because it's my job as a man to help her make every dream come true. He's 104 years old. What's your excuse? He had more time to train. I haven't met a single person who doesn't like this movie. I don't like this movie. I've never met you. Bumblebees can fly higher than Mount Everest because Mount Everest can't fly. Say A or you're gay. You're gay. Have you removed you? What's on your mind? It's weird that in order to go to sleep, you have to pretend like you're already sleeping. Piano Man. He looks nothing like a piano. Pregnancy runs in my family. Over half of my ancestors had it at some point, and the other big one is death. That runs in the family too. An overwhelming majority of my ancestors experienced death at some point in their lives. The alphabet is seen from the side. The alphabet is seen from directly above. Well, I could never lend this shirt to anyone. I'm fricking Robert Downey Jr. You could lend it to your wife. What happens after you die? Lots of things happen after you die. They just don't involve you. This is the longest continuous path you can walk in the world. Fact check. False. What's your favorite movie of all time? Movies are worthy of our liking as long as the creators put their heart into it. It's not a movie. They told me it's a single bedroom with an attached bathroom. What is your secret to sleep well? Bash my head against my bedside anvil until I pass out? You have $10 million, but you can only buy things that start with the first letter of your name. What do you buy? A new house, a new truck, a lot of stuff. Wife told me to get a handful of Oreos. How is Kim Kardashian 40 years old? Because she was born in 1980. The most efficient meal is a small amount of oil. What TV show never had a decline in quality? Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It maintained a standard. It was always bad from the start and never improved. All of Chris Hemsworth's space scenes in Avengers Infinity War were filmed on Earth to accommodate the actor's oxygen dependency. Wait, I should make a video on bad film details. Is that a good idea? My mom asked for a formal picture of my month-old baby. I sent her this. This man has single-handedly made handcuffs pointless. Based on statistical evidence, I'm immortal. How so? Haven't died yet. Little slice of heaven for Valentine's Day. People with money unlock a different earth. I made fried rice. I found a coupon that gives you $5 off at any store. If you ever feel down, just remember you're closer to being a millionaire than Jeff Bezos. Why the hell does no one talk about the fact that major depression and anxiety can give you major memory loss? Because none of us remember. Did you know there are more planes underwater than submarines in the sky? Your belly button is just your old mouth. Not even joking, this gave me a mental breakdown. The worst thing about cigarettes is the smell in your fingers. I don't know, I think lung cancer might be worse. 100% of the people who breathe oxygen die. That's going to look stupid in 60 million years. Work until your bank account looks like a phone number. 911. Boyfriend with no social media. Where are you at? How the hell is he going to see this? They're a friend of a friend, obviously. I'd pay to see this Spider-Man film. You have to pay to see any Spider-Man film. Well, you don't actually have to. If your parachute falls, you have the rest of your life to figure it out. Man mistakes hunting buddy for deer. Shoots him during hunt in South Carolina. Can't blame him based on that picture. This plant-based alternative promises to help high schoolers stop vaping. The floor is lava. Everyone in Pompeii. You guys believe in the right person, wrong timing? I don't believe in people or time. I support people's choice to street race because it's a victimless crime until they T-bone a family van full of children and ending the entire family. That's street crashing, which I'm very against. Rap battles are just a bunch of dudes aggressively singing poems they wrote about each other. Hey, people who know astrology, I've been having a lot of feelings lately. Any planets I can blame that on? Earth. For most of human history, vehicles had automatic collision avoidance and could even take you home when you were sleeping or drunk. Then we got rid of the horse. Being a serial killer is much like being a comedian, in that either you hit it big and get your own Netflix special, or you spend eternity popping up on podcasts. Americans have literally no banter. I don't know what country this is coming from, but we've probably beaten you in a war at some point. I'm American. Civil War. Why does the inside of a cheese grater look like every rap music video from the early 2000s? Pedro Pascal has never starred in a show rated under 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Neither have I. Yeah, that means we're just as good as Pedro, right? Actually, we're better. Blake Lively is pregnant, and you'll never guess what it is. Hopefully a baby. I really want a crystal that makes the vibes really bad and upsets everyone. Thanks for the recommendation of crystal. Being fat in the workplace is hard. Standing up for yourself is harder. We're doomed. Open box before eating pizza. You know it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold. Just found out I'm really good at escape rooms. Apparently, if you have a panic attack in the corner, they let you out early. What would happen if a man takes birth control pills? They wouldn't get pregnant. Original image versus cropped image. A woman trying to end her life from the Eiffel Tower landed on a car and later married the owner of the car. So she fell in love? I hate lazy people. Why? We didn't even do anything. Girls are like strawberries. Sometimes they're in the grocery store. There is one person who is 7 times more likely to end you more than everyone else. Yourself. Not if I end him first. They deleted their user. Oh no. Chipmunks are legally classified as vermin, which means Alvin and the Chipmunks can be killed with no legal consequences. Saw a video on Instagram, how to turn $500 into $160,000 with NFTs. Dude just bought the NFT for $500 and set the asking price to $160,000. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Pouring river water in your socks. Why would I do that? It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. If you did it when you were drunk, you wanted to do it when you were sober. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to sleep outside in a wheelbarrow all night, but okay. If your parents don't have children, chances are you won't either. Nothing will hype you up as much as the realization that there's no real reason the alphabet needs to be in order. What have you done? It's so messed up that plutonium just looks like this. It could be orange flavored and we would never know. It could be delicious. Orange jelly. When gambling, you can win 2000% of your money, but you can only lose 100%. Do the math. The only real reason there are pyramids in Egypt is because they're too heavy to be carried to the British Museum. Jeff, this isn't a joke. It's legitimately true. Find the person who doesn't pay taxes. Can't find them? It's because they're right here. Fact, babies are leeches and don't pay taxes. Tell me something I don't know. The word none is just the letter N doing a cartwheel. Okay, meet crazy. Okay, this is crazy. I've spent the last 2 days turning this old record into a SpongeBob window. Maybe I do have too much time on my hands. Why do people like feet? Not shaming, just wondering what about feet makes them so attractive to some people. That must be something from the US. Here in Europe, we're more into meters. Can we talk about how cute motorcycle gangs are? Inseparable friends matching outfits, going on adventures together. What wholesome, adorable fun. Lucky ducks. Someone in my Norwegian class didn't know the word for cowboy, so called them American horse pirates. And I've been laughing about it for an hour. Just to be clear, if you carefully removed and laid end to end all the veins, arteries, and capillaries of your body, you would die. I once bit a dog that bit me. How? By biting it. Egypt is smaller than the United States, Russia, and China combined. What smells better than it tastes? A nose? What is not illegal, but would definitely get the cops' attention? Waving at the cop and calling them to come to you. I ordered a meditation book from Amazon, and every page just says inhale, exhale. So I met a cute guy at the bar last night. Danced with him. Says he doesn't have a girlfriend. We exchanged Snapchats. I look him up on Facebook, and he doesn't have a girlfriend. He has a wife. I drew a portrait of my girlfriend. Do you like it? I think it could use a bit more detail. Whales are bigger than literally every single thing in the universe that is smaller than a whale. Earth with you and Earth without you. Is this supposed to be motivating? Don't call yourself bisexual if you've never ridden a bicycle. I can't breathe. Need some change. I'm a little short. If you had a Roblox game or YouTube channel blow up overnight and earned 10k plus, what would you get? 10k plus? Censorship. It's not really that well censored. Would you eat 6 donuts? Honestly, my takeaway from this chart is that donuts are healthier than I thought. Just got sent a free NFT from my doctor. This is the future. Telling my 26-year-old friend they look good for their age. He was trying to cool the planet and she was regrowing the forests, and they wanted us to root for the trust fund billionaire. Your dad's keyboard? Okay, thumbs up. Divorced men after 50 on dating apps. If you serve your kids frozen pizza or chicken nuggets for dinner, you're a terrible parent. I don't care how busy you are. Find the time to microwave it. Day 8 of isolation. Beer frozen, burnt my food, and girl is pregnant. You just can't pull anything out in time, can you? I asked my boyfriend to bring me an ice cream sandwich. I'm exhausted from the disrespect. No doing the deed before marriage. Say it after me. Me it. What gives you butterflies every single time, no matter how many times you experience it? Buying caterpillars. I'm sorry, but shouldn't British websites use biscuits? What's your idea of the perfect date? Date, month, year. Other formats can be really confusing. I know every phone number. No, you don't. I do, I just don't know who they belong to. Someone please quickly explain baby clothing sizes to me. Baby clothes are smaller than most adult or even children's clothes. I hope this helps. If you were the last person on Earth and you hear a knock on your door, what would you do? Realize I was wrong? If the human population held hands around the equator, a significant portion of them would drown. Change does not come from a place of comfort. I find pennies and nickels in my couch all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. How you expect to feel after a nap versus how you really feel. That awkward silence when you both snapped on each other trying to get 4 kids out of the door. And now it's time to have a fun family day. Tell me a riddle. I am not alive, but I grew. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but I need water to live. What am I? I don't know. What are you? I am an AI language model designed to answer questions and provide information on a wide range of topics. Gator shows up at Florida hair salon without an appointment. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong, but it takes an even bigger man to give a giraffe a haircut. What if you woke up one day and you were hot? I don't know, I'd probably open the window or something. Huge dog turns into puppy when reunited with owner. Very misleading title. Dog remained the same size throughout the video. Flagged. If something is old as hell, then it's about 1.2 billion years old, because that's when life evolved sexual reproduction. Wow, frick is old. However, if something is old as balls, it's only about 65 million years old, when placental mammals began to evolve proper testicles. I love biologists. You're telling me this doesn't look fake as hell? How to draw sheep. Draw a cloud, legs, a circle for the head, and then you have it. A sheep. Someone draw a sheep using these instructions. This really helped. I think this is the best sheep I've ever drawn. Stop buying plastic skeletons for Halloween. It's terrible for the environment. Locally sourced or natural skeletons are much more environmentally friendly. You've aged. You can save this cake by adding well. Well, you've aged. Q is such a great word. The actual important letter, and then 4 more silently waiting behind it in a line. Your pets have tripled in size. What is your immediate concern? That my pets have tripled in size? Are you an R pirate, or are you a yo-ho-ho pirate? I'm not paying $600 for Photoshop pirate. How far does a squirrel have to fall to die? Squirrels have been known to die without falling at all, so your answer to your question is 0 feet. My boss told me if I wanted a raise, I needed to send him in a detailed list of reasons why I think I deserve one. So I dropped this off on his desk. I'm poor. Best place to get a nose piercing? On the nose. I hope this helps. What does this mean? That, my friend, is exactly the question you have to ask. It means that this is one of the best ways to pile up rocks and not have them fall down for a long time. If anyone were to go back, say 1,000 years with a gun, they could bring down an entire empire. You'd need bullets too. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years and I put 11 nuggets in almost every 10 piece I made. This meant I were giving 110%. I want to eat an omelette. Omelette or omelette? Former is British, latter is American. And what you said is none of the above. Yeah, because I'm neither nor British or American. I'm Indian. Affordable ways to practice self-care. 1. Abandon society. Random cat crashes fashion show. Fights models. It's called a catwalk. She did nothing wrong. I'm so tired. Can you talk real quick? Not like an auctioneer, but I can talk faster than normal if I try really hard. Hugged my mum yesterday. First time in a year. Magic. Can't wait to do the same. I don't think my mum is expecting you. Why did the Archaeopteryx get the worm? Because it's an early bird. 1970s. Satanic cult attempts to possess a car. Isn't it sort of easy to possess a car? Like, you just inhabit it physically and then make it do whatever you want. Today Today at work, a girl at my register was heatedly explaining to her mother that wearing a dinosaur costume to her school's Decades Day was, in fact, perfectly acceptable, because her teachers did not specify any particular decade. The kids are alright. Without Googling, can you name a famous explorer? The Jurassic Park explorer. How much does a good telescope cost? 2.5 billion? You're going to a party. The theme is to dress inappropriately. Who or what do you dress as? Dress normally, because if the theme is to dress inappropriately, and you dress appropriately, technically you're the one being inappropriate for the occasion. One time I changed in front of my mum, and she saw a tattoo I have next to my butt, and she was like, make sure your employer never sees that. Tattoos aren't professional. And it's like, damn, now I can't sleep with my boss without them thinking I'm unprofessional. Just charge him for the deed so he thinks you're a professional. In 1977, we received a radio signal from space that lasted 72 seconds, and to this day, we still don't know where it came from. Yeah, we do. It came from space. Water plus oil. I have an idea. What if I put this on my feet? I can just walk on water. We would like to offer you to study at our university at Oxford. A guide to understanding the text you just received. Hi. 1 eye, normal. 2, a typo. 3, excited to chat. 4, probably into you. 5, definitely into you. 6, okay, maybe it's time to run. 7, 100% is zero. Height calculator. Input your height. Your height is 172 centimeters. The guy who made this program. Tech. The best wedding invite ever. P.S. If you do not reply by October 1st, please bring a chair and a sandwich. Dogs would love it if dog food makers would put a toy in the bag like cereal. So this guy's pink sucks. He gets told, close your window, you're letting the Wi-Fi out. And it's improved. Made it with my own hands for my grandchildren, but the creator must try first. They must make sure it's safe and fun. My dad still uses this fly swatter. He calls it hard mode. Magnetic cookie dunker. We are getting closer to a world with no more war. Boomerangs are just single player frisbees. Finally got my toilet roller holder installed. It's what you need when you've got a wife and 2 daughters. How to write Chinese. The person who found this. Everyone is stupid except me. Came up with the concept while brushing my teeth. Why isn't this a thing yet? Why are we not funding this? Whoever took this photo is a genius. This trucker is living in 2099. He's watching a trailer. What's the dumbest solution to a problem that actually worked against all odds? I went to cancel a doctor's appointment, and they said there was a $200 charge without a week's notice. I asked how much it was to reschedule. They said it was free. Okay, I need to reschedule from 2 weeks from now. Is 3 weeks okay? Yep. Alright, you're set for 3 weeks from now. Anything else I can do for you? Yes, please cancel my appointment. We need a week's notice. My appointment is 3 weeks away. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you. Couldn't believe it worked. This is stupid. Catches rainwater for you to use in the squirty gun. This is so necessary. I want 12. The 4 horsemen of camouflage. Keep your toddler busy by letting them paint the fence with water. On April 19th, 1995, a man robbed a bank disguised with lemon juice on his face. Since he knew lemon juice could be used as invisible ink, he thought it would make his face invisible on camera. They called me a nerd. I called them an ambulance. 5D chess with time travel is a thing that exists, and you can now play it. You could not possibly understand. I'm not saying you should, but I'm also not saying you shouldn't. $1 million idea. Smoke detector that shuts off when you yell, I'm just cooking. YouTube video. 22 genius tech hacks that'll make you say wow. DIY kid idiots. How the hell are those headphones gonna work on the right? That seems so painful. Your phone would fall, which would make your headphones fall out. Shooting a potato at a tennis racket to make French fries. I think you have to do this in France for it to, be French fries. They're just fries. 2 Chicago men once tried to rob a restaurant with a squirt gun, but the owner told them he was too busy right now and to come back in an hour. They did, and the police were waiting for them. Today I learned squirrels' brains grow in size during the fall to help them remember where they bury their nuts. Their brains are smaller the rest of the year. Squirrels in winter. This is big brain time. I tried a new brand of noodles today, only to discover this 3000 IQ fix to noodles not fitting in the pot. Make the noodles pot-shaped. Isn't this what they already do? All the balls are the same color, and that color is brown. Really? I see red, I see blue, I see green. Genius, they're using Lay's. It's an air tank. I mean, as long as I don't catch him, he's fine, right? Sometimes my genius, it's almost frightening. We salute this genius man. Oh no. 3 humans trying to unlock a car to get the keys out. Mind you, there is plastic taped over the back window. It's 9 signs you're much smarter than you think. Oh, because you bite your nails? Me who bites my nails with minus 200 IQ. Maybe I'm smart. That's such a stupid thought. Did you know a glass is called glass because it's made from glass? Notice, the patio is currently not open because it's closed. Tip, name your pickaxe or sword the coordinates of your base so you always know how to get back home. Or you can screenshot. What is the difference between a fly and a mosquito? What? A mosquito can fly, but a fly can't mosquito. Fenton, how do you do big text? You have to put a hashtag in front of what you want to be big. My PP. Apple in 1993. Does more, costs less. It's that simple. Apple now? Screw you, pay me. Clever thoughts. It's just like, it's like kinda hard to explain, right? But right? Yeah, I know. What are you doing after they come after you? I'm hiding in a very narrow... Is that a door? They definitely can't reach you there, though. Doesn't even look like this guy can fit, though. Woman in front of me at airport security has a bottle of frozen water. They want to take it. She says it's not a liquid. Bro, how was the exam? Man, I copied from Wikipedia. To avoid plagiarism, I deleted that section from Wikipedia. Now Wikipedia's plagiarizing from you. A football fan from Turkey received a 1-year ban from his team's stadium. So he went ahead and rented a crane to watch his favorite team play. Find true love. Be a genius. Play on the computer 24/7. Red. How to copy files between two different PCs. Right-click, copy. Unplug the mouse and connect it to the other PC. Right-click, paste. Done. This should work. Retired couple book 51 back-to-back cruises because it was cheaper than a retirement home. Bro, I was looking for my phone with the flash of my phone. What the hell? Where was it? The smartest people of our generation. Left-handed people have a higher chance of finishing their exam on time than people with no hands. When my boyfriend's dog drinks water, it gets splashed all around. So I made a small garden for around the bowl. The Insult Dictionary. How to be abusive in 5 languages. Gordon Ramsay. I'm investing in this. What we see versus what animals with a color range larger than ours see. A man bought 365 Starbucks cards and registered each one for a different birthday. Tony practices the piano 20 minutes every day. Effect. He is a big nerd. Women stay, women go. Man stay, and man go. What if you could just record silence, then play it on loudspeakers on full blast to make the whole room quiet? He's finally retiring after teaching for 40 years at the same school. So the yearbook had him recreate the picture. The secretary printed 50 blank sheets. When I asked her why she did this, she said she needed 50 blank sheets, but she didn't want to count them manually. Doctor, sir, the surgery has a 50% survival rate, but don't worry, my last 20 patients have all survived. Normal people, mathematicians, it means statistically you're the next person, most likely, you're more likely. Man to sue parents for giving birth to him without his consent. You should also sue your parents for not being able to grow a beard. There is a man in China that offers husband storage, where wives can leave their husband while they shop. Nice. So not only does the husband go away, they can be enabled into their shopping habit. This is a good idea though. Pi? Wait, if you reverse 3.14, it actually says pi. Mind blown. Is that why it's called pi? Are you Greg? No. Have some water. Yes. Did you ask someone in programming if you can have some water? Yes. No. Have some water. Go away. Yeah, I hate you, Greg. 6 people are allowed for Thanksgiving, but 30 people are allowed for a funeral. So I will be holding a funeral for my pet turkey that will pass away on November 26th. Refreshments provided. Imagine designing this, the most perfect Olympics logo of all time, and then they have to move it to 2021. Me. Say no more. When the toilet water is blue, but you piss in it and it turns to green. I'm a chemist. How to save your parking fee. You know what you do? You just pretend there's a dead body underneath your car and you're looking for help. Yep. Spend a whole day thinking of a new clever meme, adding an EA logo to an old meme format. When he said no one can stop him, I paused the video. 6-year-old me tells my brother that nothing rhymes with orange. My brother? No, it doesn't. My brother and me. I usually sit on the computer 12 hours a day. Is that bad? That can't be comfortable. Try a chair. Boy 13 is sent home from school for selling hand sanitizer for 50p a squirt. What? Sent home for being a hustler? Also, being a scientist pretty much gives you a free pass to be as eccentric as you want. Like, you'll be at a conference and is that guy wearing socks and sandals and plaid pants? Yeah, but he was on the team that discovered gravitational waves. Let him be. I once saw a highly respected mineralogist take a slice of watermelon, put it between 2 halves of a bagel, and eat it like a sandwich. My half-brother is 6'3". Damn, imagine if he were a full brother. No way, your car has a HDMI port. You're a genius, you moron. What if we used 100% of the brain? Wow, I like this. Infinite cooling. Stupid of you to cook the bread at 350 degrees for 55 minutes, when you can just do the math and cook it at 19,250 degrees for 1 minute. You are given one wish, but everything you wish happens to everyone. What is your wish? wish. I wish I would poop myself right now. I'm in the bathroom, so the aftermath for everyone else is going to be hilarious. While I'm sitting down on my chair, it would just be very awkward, and I don't think I'd tell you guys. I'd be fine though. No one would know. When English majors get drunk, somehow they all work, which is just crazy. This is very impressive. I could do something like this, but it would take me years. An Australian man survived a wildfire by scuba diving in his friend's pool while the fire raged around him. When's your birthday? March 1st. So when's your birthday? I once worked with someone who told customers, sorry, it's my first day, anytime they messed up. For 2 years straight. If you were born with your legs coming out first, for a moment, you wore your mum as a hat. Okay, that is an awful image I just got in my head. Pat gently and receive slime. 11 out of 10 product design. I am friends with 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. It's a graduated cylinder. Prevent theft. Lock your car, take your keys, hide your belongings, fill a decoy purse with thousands of angry poisonous booze. Not the booze. He is living in 3017. Chess and piano. Movie writers trying to show a character is smart. Getting laid off tomorrow. They don't know I know. What should I do to make this as uncomfortable as possible for my employer? Cupcakes, because you're celebrating closing on the new house yesterday. And you just found out you're expecting twins. Do you think humans will ever walk on the sun? I was just thinking and thought how crazy it was that a person walked on the moon and Mars. Okay, they didn't go to Mars. I was just wondering if you think people will ever be able to walk on the sun too. I know it's really hot, but I'm thinking if you go in the winter when the sun is like 30 degrees, I bet they could do it. Well, if they do, it would have to be at night. I work hard and I work smart. Took them a few tries before they realized, oh, I can do this. Peeing in the sink is actually the green way to go, so you're welcome. Instead of wasting 1.6 gallons of water on a flush, you pee in the sink. You want a scholarship? This is gross. 2 women who wore shorts in public for the first time drew male attention and caused a car accident in 1937. We are living in 2018, but this guy's... Okay, this is an old meme. Yesterday I saw a book called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. I bought 2. Genius 100. You don't want their phone going on the ground. 9-year-old child genius to graduate university with electrical engineering degree. 23-year-old me. 28 plus 2, 30 out of 30. This ninja prevents any grading of less than 100%. Sorry. People who use ink pens at crosswords. Einstein and Newton. When you sprinkle a wrong answer on a test, so the teacher knows you are not cheating. Do people in Japan watch shows like The Simpsons or SpongeBob in English with Japanese subtitles and look down on people who watch the Japanese dub? I would hope so. Feeling like a genius and feeling like an idiot. Me, or solving physics. You become a genius, but you can't say things with certainty. I see this as an absolute win, or do I? Don't ask a girl where she wants to eat. Tell her to guess where you're taking her to eat, then take her to the first guess.
I think you're taking me to McDonald's because you're broke.
What the hell? A good pirate does exactly that. A good pirate never takes another person's property. Go on Akinator. Say yes when asked if your character is a not safe for work star. Answer in accordance to what you want your star to look like. Akinator gives you a hand-picked star to fit your preferences. Earthquake detection kit. Don't eat that apple. You're gonna make the doctor go away. When the deodorant says 48 hours, but you eat it in 6 minutes. Lol, funny stats. Stop posting these, they're not funny. Funny stats. How grandparents see you when you go into their mobile phone settings. They treat you like a wizard. Feeling guilty about your kids watching too much TV? Just mute it and put the subtitles on. Boom! Now they're reading. What does this picture mean to you? Sure, people can save the world by just being themselves. Do not disturb. I'm on a tight schedule today. Exceptions in case of emergencies are permitted. Emergency checklist. Are you on fire and I'm the only one that can put you out? Am I on fire and I don't realize it? Is it the second coming? FAQ. How's it going? Good. What are you working on? Stuff. How's stuff going? See answer 1. Do dolphins sleep? Yes, they are mammals and they do sleep. Have a nice day. When your calculator won't turn on, so you hit it against the table and it actually turns on again. Seeing this in 1875 must have felt like seeing a Cybertruck. Falling asleep in the car versus calling it fast travel. If pi has infinite digits, there is a 100% change the sequence 69420 occurs. But wait, there's more. If pi has infinite digits, the sequence 69420 occurs an infinite number of times. We're hitting nice levels that shouldn't even be possible. Woman arrested after reporting that her husband killed her. In 2015, a Louisiana man was arrested for drunkenly driving his horse on a highway. While detained, he said, the horse knows the way home, and the sheriff concluded it didn't constitute a DUI. why. Just found out I'm really good at escape rooms. Apparently if you have a panic attack in the corner, they let you out early. Did you know the Japanese flag is also a pie chart of how Japan is Japan? How many ghosts are left? 0, because ghosts are not real. I think ghosts are real. Well, I think spirits are real. I put my root beer into a square glass. Now it's just beer. If you have a crush on a math nerd, tell them this, then. The graph of that equation is, come on, that's adorable. I'm a bad person who thinks bad thoughts, like, ooh, what is that girl wearing? And then remember that I'm supposed to be positive about all things and then think, no, she can wear what she wants. Screw what other people say, you look fabulous. And I'm just a teeny bit hypocritical. I was always taught by my mother that the first thought that goes through your mind is what you have been conditioned to think. What you think next defines who you are. This pup couldn't hack it as a drug-sniffing dog, so now he sniffs out the poop of elusive animals in the name of conservation. All I read was, cool dog isn't a narc, becomes scientist. Meet William Sidis, a child prodigy who entered Harvard at age 11. By age 6, he was lecturing professors on fourth dimensional geometry. He reportedly spoke up to 40 languages, including one he created. His estimated IQ was between 200 and 250, making him one of the smartest people in history. Yes, I am smarter though. My IQ is not even rateable. You could say because it's too low, but it's because it's too high. Let's see how smart you are. Make sense of this. I don't know. I don't. Blah, blah, blah. Gave myself a ticket so that they don't. Harvard messaged them. You want a scholarship? I've tasted unemployment and I've tasted 9 to 5. I recommend not being born. Someone in my running group ran a marathon in his driveway. All 26 miles. I would have literally gone insane. Free my cousin. Nah, keep him until he relaxes. I tried to take a selfie with a toad I caught, but I forgot I had my headlamp on, so it looks like he's getting raptured. This is scary for us, but imagine if you were the toad. Mississippi has a larger GDP per capita than Chongqing. How? What if wealth is not LED lights? How do we defeat the monster? Does it have a weak point? Monster in question. The ears. Almost fell off my couch in shock while watching Dexter. Encountering memes in their natural habitat is one of modern living's great joys. What's your Chuggington shipping hot takes? What are you talking about? If you're fat, go to the gym. If you're broke, learn code. If you're lost, search inwards. Vegeta, your wife is a billionaire. You've never had a job, and she puts her fingers in your... What? Really, Vegeta? My dad looks just like his sister, so it looks like he's arguing with the part of himself that wants to dress like a woman. Passengers stuck on a delayed flight to Seattle get an unexpected concert from a jazz band. Horrible situation. No, this is amazing. A jazz band? I'd live for this. Girlfriend is crying. Me, an empath. I'm sensing that you want me to go play PlayStation for a while. What's the difference between falling in love and having a crush? If they get a haircut and they're ugly, it's a crush. That's a weirdly valid point. Some of you never went swimming as a kid and tried to force a boogie board underwater, only for it to shoot back up and hit you in the face, and it shows. In World War I, around 8 million horses died, but in World War II it was under 1 million, which can only mean horses started to evolve bullet resistance. I could convince Joe Rogan that this is real. Can we build a separate grocery store for people who actually have purchased food before, know how to push a cart, and possess at least an ounce of spatial awareness? I'm fine. Young men are literally dying because they won't see a doctor. This is why men with wives live longer. Why are men scared to talk to women? Me, at the mere thought of making a woman uncomfortable. See guys, we're just that respectful. It's not because we have anxiety. Okay, so he just makes this face whenever he meets a president, I guess. What's the opposite of zoomies? That's what I have. The gloomies. She's better off without me, and soon enough she'll forget the color of my eyes and the way we laughed together, while I'll be trapped in those memories forever. Looks like you're eating good though. You're a kitchen cell? Oh, I think this guy gave up his kidney for this car. Here are the numbers from 10 to 100 in alphabetical order. How old were you when you were first diagnosed with autism? This dog is so hairy. Its snout looks like an eye. That's not an eye? Put a band-aid on. As the French say, le boubou. Do you want to see the most illegal thing I own? The whole of One Piece on a disc. Happy Pride from the legend himself, Video Game Kojima. People in the West have asked, why no diversity in my games? But they're wrong when all my games have included a gay character. You, the player. At least during the 1918 pandemic, they had drugs in their soda. 2020 sucks. Effective immediately, we're putting the drugs back in it. Before drinking, eat liver so that the alcohol doesn't know which liver to attack. Bro's last brain cell when he thought of this idea. Telling a guy from 1900s we have nuclear-powered capital ships that weigh 100,000 tons, and he gets excited and asks me how big their main guns are, and I choke up and look away. Tracy Morgan reveals he gained 40 pounds despite despite taking weight loss drugs. I can out-eat Ozempic. A British YouTuber has gone viral after getting caught in the middle of Nepal's political overthrow. You could be stumbling through the deepest depths of hell and still find a British tourist just hanging out. These emotions do not exist. These emotions exist, but only if you've worked retail long enough to develop them. Why does calling in sick feel like a crime? They definitely start programming us from primary school. Awards for 100% attendance, shamed for being sick, it's twisted. Do you mind if my 4 kids just absolutely destroy the store while I say nothing for 15 minutes? Evil Markiplier. Goodbye, nobody my name isn't Evil Markiplier. I'm not kidding, this post came out of nowhere and I fell down the stairs. The water cup I was holding broke and fell on top of the television. I had to go get another. This post costed me $3,000. Peak developer responds to Roblox copy, Cliff, after it surpasses 163,000 plays. Would you rather pirate our game than play this microtransaction riddled slop ripoff? Kind of based though, in a weird way. Tweets that have me crying for 10 minutes straight. Wait, Sonic is an otter? He looks kind of like an otter. The Hedgehog? If my last name was The Hedgehog, and some witch on Twitter asked if I was an otter, I'd be on the news. Lust, gooning, wrath, crushing out, envy, pocket watching, gluttony, big bag, pride, main character energy, sloth, doom scrolling, greed, thirsty, me successfully convincing the firefighter that I won't die from this fire because I'm in the living room. Sparkling water enjoys when you hand them normal water instead of their nuclear acid. Another day of my dad forgetting our Amazon accounts are linked. Here's your reminder, do the deed with your wife. Update, after telling my mum, my dad called to apologize, but then in the background my mum made doing the deed noises as a joke and I almost threw up. I wish we kept a fraction of a 4-year-old's imagination. Normal male lifestyle. Child, teen, adult, elderly. Optimized male lifestyle. 20, you wanna die at 27? Man, I sure hope that I still have eggs in my fridge. No, you don't, said the egg guy as he was eating the last eggs. Picks up crying baby. It's okay, buddy. When you grow up, you'll learn how to do this on the inside. Found this online. I'm interested in your analysis. Gabby, what a hot little name. Same as my guinea pig, actually. Turns me on a little extra. I think that would turn me off. I know you won't translate sense during speech to Norwegian. Sans Undertale. Dude called Dream the F-slur and also slaughtered James Charles in Minecraft. Literally a national hero. Couples left bikes in yard to lure thieves, beat them with bats, and posted videos on YouTube. I'll allow it. No more rage baiting around me, please. Let's try joy baiting, perhaps even love baiting. You listen to a new song. It captures your weird taste in music perfectly. The band is still making music. The rest of their music sounds totally different. An American tourist grabbed a pickpocket girl by the ponytail while vacationing in Italy and refused to let her go until she got her passport and credit cards back. You guys gonna stop playing with us? We only get 2 weeks of vacation per year and you're not making us spend it at the embassy getting a new passport. I'm such a I want your attention, but won't bother you kind of person. Got that vampire autism where you gotta invite me every time. This is what having a wizard in your contacts is like. I can't hang out tonight. I foresaw a dire omen. Okay, man. Me, realizing I can pretend to be a 13-year-old to kidnap 200 predators and make my own Squid Game. Should I do that? Every time I come home, this is the first face that greets me. Just finished my art piece. I call it American Grind. Share a piece of movie theater lore about yourself. Once saw a film so catastrophically bad, the group of strangers I watched it with ended up debriefing in the corridor and bonded over our shared disbelief. My friend got in trouble for destruction of government property. Guess what she did? She gave her husband a hickey. Her husband is a Marine. The hickey was visible while he was in uniform, so she got a call saying, "You harmed government property, don't do it again." They can do that? Superman is now available on digital. Wait, how is Mr. Terrific flying here? Dog. If she forgives you, then 30 minutes later comes back mad again. She told her friends in the group chat that the board of directors did not agree. Someone repainted a Hot Wheels Star Destroyer and photographed it inside a cardboard tube with cotton woolen LED lights. Immanuel Kant. He never left his hometown, never married, never changed his daily scheduled diet, and died presumably happy and mildly bored at the age of 80. His last words were, "It's fine." I don't have anything to add to the virus conversation except this is my favorite image from the era. Every day of my life is hell. The pervert messaged you. We gotta reconnect, bro. They're doing this to me later today. They actually did this to me last week. Damn, man, should I be worried? You'll get used to it. Okay. Hiding in my room because the kids did not get my introvert gene, and now there are too many people in the house. At this point, I'm willing to pay more money for appliances with zero smart features and just physical knobs, buttons, and controls for everything. My elderly mother doesn't want to move. She is now surrounded by new townhouses in all directions. She stood on business. My girlfriend gets naked every time we start to argue, and I hate it because I'm weak. And just don't be weak. This is a form of manipulation though. Beep, $29.99. Rich people. I don't want a child unless I can support them. Poor people every 9 months. I work in a lab that studies small tropical fish, and these were the notes on someone's spreadsheet that they left open. Was hiding behind plant. Confused by filter. Attacked bubbles. Largely ignored food. Just saw a TikTok of someone saying never buying garlic again, after they literally discovered this hack and planted garlic in their backyard. Brother, do you think you just discovered agriculture? Plant a seed. This Ohio man thought he had secured a vacant lot at an auction for just $5,000, intending to build his dream home. But here's the twist. He unknowingly purchased the entire street, including multiple homes. Now the city wants it back, but legally it's his. Introvert in office. Is it a good or bad plan? A guy joined my office 6 months ago, and within a week he texted me asking for some money. I found it weird, and later learned from some colleagues that he had texted them as well. Because of this, we started avoiding him in the office and stopped inviting him to office parties. Today, I met him at a bike club, and he had a Harley Davidson. We talked for a while, and I jokingly asked him, "Bro, why do you need money when you can afford a Harley?" He replied that he didn't really need the money. He's an introvert and didn't like talking to people. Asking for money from colleagues makes them avoid him in the office. Dude's a legend. I do not change to be more effective. I do not come back later when I'm stronger. I do not learn enemy attacks. I brute force bosses, and if I die, I try again until I win. My mom is so fake. We're at a family dinner sitting across from each other, and I text her and she yells, "What's wrong, baby? Why do you want to leave?" Okay, lady, enjoy the retirement home. I don't think that she's fake. It sounds like she just didn't understand what you were trying to say. Just completed a 3-minute task I put off for 4 months. Give me substances to abuse. Absolute myth that us young people are the ruder generation. I just offered a prehistoric dinosaur my seat, and she replied, "I've got legs, you know." You won't in a minute, you old bat. You're laughing. Charles Dickens had a son named Plawn, and you're laughing. He had a son named what? Plawn. Name an actor with incredible range. I'll go first. It's the same actor? What? 10 sets of wasting your husband's money. Dudes be 29 talking about what's the move tonight. Bro, go start a family. My ability to disassociate has become too powerful. Now I'm just watching The Fall of America. Yeah, that happens to empires. While I look for dog hats on Amazon. Not to sound like a boomer, but the forced switch from wired headphones/earphones to Bluetooth is one of the worst technology. No, it isn't. I don't understand why my cooking was garbage. I did everything right. I drank the wine while I cooked. I had a hand towel over my shoulder. Literally everything right. When your homeboy Lukey says something intelligent, just to see it word for word on TikTok a minute later. Camping guys, when they wake up in the middle of the night to take the fattest leak of their life, only to be blessed with the best view. My job is forcing us to have a meeting about what is causing our burnout, and I pulled this in the chat. Players being traded up in sports makes me sad. What about their friends? Being a lawyer is hard, but winning is very fun. I feel like there aren't many jobs where a person in authority says, "Okay, you're the winner," and then signs a little piece of paper declaring that to be true. Red Dead Redemption is cool because you can ride to town to sell a rat pelt for $1.10, so you can afford horse food, but you accidentally bump into a farmer and cause a 17-minute long shootout with 30 cowboy cops, and now you can't go back to that town unless you pay a $243 bounty. Video game logic. Yes, Quint Image excels at following precise rule-breaking instructions. A fried egg with a blue yolk. You can do this in Photoshop in like 30 seconds. Confirmed. I don't understand why I turn into a functioning human being at night. Is it because it's quiet? There's no one around? My delayed sleep cycle? It's all of those things, isn't it? My dad must pay my monthly cell phone bill as atonement for his original sin of creating my consciousness. Thanks, your payment was successful. My BVC, bossy boomer coworker, saw me using keyboard shortcuts, and when she noticed I had copy-pasted instead of saying, "Oh neat, what a time saver," she told me it was against company policy. Sometimes you gotta speedrun every single stage of grief within 25 minutes and then just lock back in. So it finally happened. I asked, "Hey, how are you?" As we normally do out of habit, they responded, "Not well actually." I asked if they wanted to talk about it. They said, "I think so." So I listened to a stranger for 20 minutes. They gave me a big hug and thanked me after. Noah's Ark couldn't carry these animals. My teammate lacked a frontal lobe and seemed to have been lobotomized. Me and my Overwatch teammates. Bro, I know marriage is scary, but may I present the following argument? Deploy your units, don't let the Gundam and white base escape. Please get a job, my mom desperately cries from outside my room. As I strategically Photoshop an image of something I like on the Krusty Krab, and something I dislike on the chum bucket. She's completely oblivious to the amount of retweets I'll be compensated for this masterpiece. Currently working on a diary full of lies. I want my loved ones to read it after I die and be like, wait, what? And your 20s are for, actually my 20s are for rediscovering all of my interests from a decade ago and realizing that 12-year-old me was kind of onto something. I love it when dogs try to help, but the task at hand requires 0 dogs, so they just kind of stand in front of you and look serious. One's man's psych ward patient is another man's she's all I've ever wanted. I couldn't decide if I wanted bangs or not, so I cut bangs for my daughter and she looked awful. Dodged a bullet there. And your daughter's gonna do this right back to you when you're old. A table tipped me $300 and wrote on the check, women like you deserve 2 things. Money and men who don't cheat. We got you on both. And left their son's number. I hate texting people when they start sending voice recordings. Take you out to the studio. Hollow Knight Silk Song will use pixels to render its graphics. Confirmed. 4-year-old golden tiger Ava goes viral and the internet can't keep up with her cuteness. Another perfect, beautiful day to ingest stimulants and sit at computer. What a blessed life. Do you clean your lint trap every time you use your dryer? Fun fact, I told off my husband for not cleaning the lint trap and he got mad and said he always cleaned it. And when I showed him the lint trap uncleaned, he got quiet and said, I didn't know that was there. But before I got too smug, I asked him what he thought the lint trap was and showed me a second lint trap I didn't know about. It was the most net zero argument ever. Buying a house is like, we have no way of knowing you'll pay back this mortgage of £500 a month. I've been paying my landlord £1,000 a month. Why can't you save up 25k to reassure us that you can afford 500? Because I've been paying my landlord £1,000 a month. And this is exactly why a lot of us probably will never own a house. I think I could marry you, but I think you might need an exorcism first. Because something's off, and I'm not sure if it's a demon or autism. I was willing to look over it because you're hot, but it might actually be an issue. Cold showers can help reduce muscle soreness and increase muscle recovery. Me, 5 seconds in. You admit that I know 8 less famous reindeer. You admit it. And then you have the unmitigated gal to ask if I recall the most famous reindeer of all. Just learned about intrusive sleep, and so much of my life makes sense. If, on the other hand, an individual with ADHD loses interest in an activity, his nervous system disengages in search of something more interesting. Sometimes this disengagement is so abrupt as to induce sudden extreme drowsiness, even to the point of falling asleep. Well, my college experiences make so much more sense now. Going from doing no work and getting A's to trying and having issues and disengaging. I met a guy in San Francisco who only hires engineers who've rage quit at least one unicorn. He says if you haven't deleted Slack and flown to Oaxaca mid-sprint, you haven't suffered enough to write clean abstractions. Their interviews start with, tell me about the last time you lost faith in your PM. If the story ends in therapy, he fast tracks you. He calls it trauma-oriented development. Apparently retention is through the roof. $75 million to sit in a room with him for 5 minutes. What are you doing? For 75 mil, he needs to be worried about sitting in a room with me. Rename your favorite film to a clickbait YouTube title. A rat cooked my food and I liked it. Emotional. 1 year in here for $30 billion. You have no books, movies, phones, consoles, nothing. Can you do it? Hell yeah! At some point you'll stop being alone in there. That's when it will get really lit. Does anyone know how to remove this thing? I think you pay. Blue door. You go back in time and fix all your mistakes. Red door. 10 million in hand. Mistakes are meant to be made. Run me my money. Why do men stop trying after they have you? Don't give a fish more bait after you catch it. Who else uses can openers to drink soft drinks? This is extremely unhinged. I must try it immediately. How many animals can you see? I can only see 3. Is there something wrong with me? Big mood. We all agree that this is the best position for sleeping. Once you get this off your shirt, what do you do with it? Aren't we supposed to chew it? No. You're supposed to accidentally drop it on the floor and stand on it for days to come. And finally get annoyed and pick it up. My sister and I are having a mac and cheese battle to see who gets to cook it for Thanksgiving. Mine is on the left, hers on the right. Who are you guys with? Both of you need to be in prison. Yeah, I don't want either of them. Why don't you both just cook mac and cheese for Thanksgiving? No one's gonna eat it, so it doesn't matter. How the hell do people sleep in jeans? You've got to be a different type of tired to sleep in jeans. No Wi-Fi, no phone, no connection with people. Take $10 million, live with lover. No thanks, I already earned $50 million by shooting my friend's leg from the previous post. Is this orange or yellow? It's yellow, you are all wrong. I've decided just now. Can we settle this once and for all? Everybody should pick one. Males take so long to mature. Are you guys stupid or something? something? Why do females take so long to get ready? Are you guys ugly or something? You're driving. Pull down the mirror and see this. What are you doing? Giving him the keys because he owns the car now. You walk home and you see this. What are you doing? Giving his the "What's up, bro?" head nod and keep it pushing. How many colors do you see? I see 3. You're colorblind if you're only seeing 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since boys know everything, what's this? Obviously that's the thing you put over your eyes before you sleep. I thought this was a mask. If I cut off my foot and swing it at your head, am I kicking or hitting you? You'll most likely mentally scar me more than anything. As a visitor, how do you sit? Choose your position. I'm sitting like a 9 or an 8. I'm ready for anything. I wish somebody would come in my house and sit like 7. You can choose a superpower, but the first person to reply can choose a side effect. I can cook minute rice in 58 seconds. A minute is now 57 seconds. If you never had deep late night conversations on one of these tables with your friends at 1 a.m., what are you doing? I got 69 mosquito bites looking at this. She said yes. What was the question? Will you marry me? No? What an odd question, Jeffrey. You don't even know Albert like that. What is this? Wrong answers only. It's an old school Roomba. Pull the pin and it cleans everything in a 50-foot radius. People really be grown and still using umbrellas? Are you supposed to become waterproof after you turn 18 or something? What's the craziest excuse your man ever told you for not coming home at night? He said he was cleaning his house and mopped himself into a corner. He had to wait for the floors to dry and fell asleep. What is it with boys being obsessed with this hair clip? It's just interesting. Feels good. I like pinching myself, okay? What are you doing in this situation? Switching to Google Chrome? You ever think about how your skeleton is always wet? I wish I never had, but thanks. Don't worry, there will be a time when it's not. Thanks, even worse. What's the worst pronunciation of your name you've ever heard? I don't even know where to start. Ingeborg Thorbjornsdatter. What would you do in this situation? I'm telling him to cut that out before I get mad. Who would win? 1 trillion lions or the sun? I mean, that is a lot of lions. Are the lions angry? And is the sun hungry? What's worse than a heartbreak? Stepping on your dog's tail and not being able to explain that you're sorry. How do you guys feel about mushrooms? People who don't like mushrooms have childish taste buds. Moved out at 19. What about you? Living rent-free with my mum with no baby, the hell? Girls want to talk about period pains. Have you ever rolled your ankle over like this? I'm so glad girls don't have ankles. Why do girls like to shower in skin-boiling water? Meals need to cook. Are 13s okay? What, sleeping? No, that is very weird. I'm more of a... How do I sleep? Let me check. I'm gonna get on the floor and actually test this. So, I'm like a 3 mixed with an 8. How broke are you? I'm gonna have a deep breath for lunch today. What balloon is he holding? Obviously green, right? Men fall asleep so quick. What's the secret? We don't create fake scenarios in our heads that keep us up all night. Please tell me this happens to other people. This be that one thing on a bad day that's going to make you reach your limit. If you had 6 minutes left to live, what's the last song you would listen to? I would spend the whole 6 minutes trying to pick a song. Do you guys ever scare yourself for no reason? Like, I'll be downstairs getting juice and I'll tell myself, imagine if someone was standing behind you right now for no reason, waiting for you to turn around. Like, I had no reason to do that to myself. What should I get my dog for her 15th birthday? A box of chocolates. Why are men okay with doing nothing for their birthday? Imagine celebrating the day when all my problems started. Because as each birthday goes by, you're getting closer to all of your problems ending. You're offered $50,000, but if you accept it, the person you hate the most in the entire world gets $100K. Are you taking it? Yes. Why wouldn't I want $150,000? How do people stay in the house all day? All my stuff is there, and I don't like people. What's the brokest you guys have ever been? Card declined on ramen noodles. I was buying 1 bag. Cashier said, man, just take it. Are your stomachs flat? Yeah, the L is just silent. Valentine's Day is approaching. What are you getting? A snap from Team Snapchat. I've never actually heard guys introduce themselves. How do you guys find out each other's names? We usually just wait until we hear somebody else say it. What feels illegal but isn't? Calling in sick. When you're actually sick, what are you doing after you drink this? It's that thing that turned a donkey into a horse. People cry doing their math homework. Some of you never had to spend hours on the kitchen table crying as your dad shouts, what is 3 times 7? What is the harshest truth you've ever learned? The world will not treat you better just because you're a good person. What's the biggest lesson that unemployment... Oh... I can't believe I just said that. Efficient workers get punished with more work. Have you ever had a breakup without even dating? That hurts like a MF. Yeah, I have this memory Oh, this is so, like, cringe. There was this girl, and it must have been when I was 13 at the time. And I was talking to her for a while, and I don't know what happened, but I think she friend-zoned me. And I remember being on my floor, just like, nah. The images of the knights, like, on their knees. That was literally 13-year-old me. Well, if animals didn't want to be eaten, then why the hell are they made out of food? Why is a PS2 controller posting this? Technology is evolving. Your dad comes back in your life after 18 years and hands you the keys to this. What are you doing? Man, I know how traffic gets going to the store. Welcome back. Will you stand up or lay me down? Damn, bae, slow down. Be honest. What number are you? 4, 3, 2, 1. Why aren't breakfast dates a thing? By time they dressed, it's lunch. If your parents approve of your marriage, but your grandparents and uncles didn't, would you still get married? Might as well ask the postman too if I'm taking everyone's opinion. What ages were your ugly years? Birth to present. Are men obligated to pay for everything in a relationship? Bro, I thought you were speaking Spanish. What's the dumbest thing you believed as a child? Once I'm 18, my mum won't be able to tell me what I can and can't do anymore. What is one thing that became more clear as you got older? Why the Grinch wanted to live alone with his dog. Why are men only nice to you for 3 weeks? That's the end of the free trial. Do men still open car doors? How do you think we get inside? How is your summer bodies looking? I have a nice personality. The first thing you do in a hotel, walk around and say, this is nice. Who remembers these? They won't erase anything. They really wouldn't. Would you guys still eat this? My name was Chloe. I wanted to live. Your personal choice killed me. Don't buy it. I would look for one of these with my names on it, like those Coca-Cola bottles. Do you trust pinky promises? You're whack if you don't take these seriously. Name a death in a movie you took to heart. Tony Stark. That broke my heart. What feels illegal but isn't? Flushing the toilet in the middle of the night. I unfollowed some meme pages so my husband can send me memes I haven't seen. Question: what is love? Answer: name a toxic trait that you have. I laugh in serious moments. Would you date you? I'd be outside my house with a boombox in the rain. Quiet, laid back men. Why do you go for loud, fiery women? Someone's got to tell the waiter I ordered mashed potatoes and it's not gonna be me. Do you guys light the fire before or after you pour the milk? What are you mad about today? The fact we've got to pay for trash bags just to throw the same bags in the trash. How do you guys know when you actually like somebody? When I choose them over napping? When you're thinking about them all day? How lazy are you? I take naps after I wake up from sleeping. What's your favorite memory from school? The part when the bell rung and I went home and took a nap. Why do people's knees be having scars on them? Because we actually played outside as kids. What's the move for today? I probably hit the living room round 2 or 3. Who sits here? If you're the shortest/smallest, then this is your seat. Don't be difficult. Why do girls never DM first? Does the egg swim to the sperm, or does the sperm swim to the egg? Case closed. Do you guys ever just lose clothes inside your house? Yeah, I lose socks all the time. What's the dumbest thing you did as a child? Wish I was grown. What's the first song you would play on this? Something really loud. Oh, I play some white noise actually. What is heavier? 200 pounds of bricks or 200 pounds of feathers? The answer is the feathers. 200 pounds of bricks is just a bunch of bricks. But if you try to carry 200 pounds of feathers, you also have to carry the weight of what you did to those poor birds. How do ugly guys get such fine women? The more she laughs, the more she spends with her eyes closed. It's science. You can't imagine what horrific thing happened on Cannibal Island in 1933. I can probably guess. Something to do with cannibalism, maybe? How do they know an animal is extinct? Like, you looked everywhere? They ask other animals, bro. What are you? Are you normal or rare?
I'm rare. I'm rare. No way. That means I'm definitely... Wait, I just realized that's so weird, the marking.
I hate to be political, but is this a bid or a smile? Would you drink pee for $1 million? Of course. Imagine how much more pee I can drink with that kind of money. Would you take me to the beach? It looks like you're already on the beach. So what do you want me to do then? You want to come to the beach near me? There's no beach near me. Is this appropriate for a teacher? What is she supposed to do? Leave her butt at home? He slaps your girl. What are you doing? Taking her to the hospital?
I wonder if a gun can stop this guy. Bang, bang, bang.
Then I'd take her to the hospital. What role do you play at family gatherings? Too young for the adults, too old to be chilling with the kids. I just said, why do people slap the remote when it's not working? Why does it work after you slap it though? Because the controller was being a naughty boy. We all know you would punch your significant other for $1 billion, but would you punch them for 10K? No, I love her and wouldn't hurt her for monetary
monetary gain. And he said in his pinned tweets on his page, we're a bit of trash. Who knows how to unlock iPhones? The owner, give it back. So we all grew up thinking these chocolates were crazy expensive. I don't think they're like normal price. I think they are expensive, but yeah, not crazy expensive. If you got offered a free vacation, but you can't post not one thing while you're there, are you going? The fact that this is a legitimate question is insane. Yeah, I don't know who's saying no to this. Would you slap your sibling for $1.5 million? I slapped my sibling for looking at me. Slap him for $88 million? No! I would eat that thing for a raw Snickers bar. What's everyone listening to this morning? Spotify. How much of an allowance did you get per week as a teen? I was allowed to live there. How strict were your parents? If I have fun today, I can't have fun tomorrow. Sorry. What's your excuse? Where it all started? I don't have a garage. Yeah, if you get me a garage, I'll become a billionaire. Okay, but how do you guys hug? I don't even remember. You ever find it silly we dress up as skeletons when skeletons are dressed up as us? What do you guys think about this? First notification pays for dinner. I like this. I'll never have to pay for dinner. You wake up and see this outside of your bedroom window. What are you doing? Would not be taking a photo like this chap. With your current account balance, which Apple product can you buy? Apple. You're old, but are you this old? Yeah, I'm this old. I have one of those. What things give you goosebumps? Every time I see my favorite person. What do people do in the shower for 45 minutes? I just sat in the shower for an hour, thinking about how Mercedes has 3 E's, all pronounced differently. You go to your crush's bedroom and see this. What are you doing? Marrying them? A guy asked me out today and I told him no, but I wanted him to try harder. Why didn't he try? A girl asked me what I wanted for lunch and I said pizza, but I really wanted steak. Why did she bring me pizza? Do you see how stupid that question sounds? That's how your question sounds. Ladies will ruin this perfect moment by saying, can I ask you something? And they would say something like, would you cry if I passed away right now in front of you? Like, what do you think? I'd laugh. Does anyone else experience really low moods when their birthday comes around? Nah. Why do guys lick their lips before they talk? To marinate their lips. Why is dark spelled with K? Why not with C? Because you can't see in the dark. Are you in love? No, I'm in bed. Anyone else smile at old people just to show you're one of the good ones? You know, I try to, but they don't smile back anymore. What is going on with that, man? Old people just hate everyone nowadays. Come on. Thoughts on this? Apple Music should be free if you have an iPhone. Who else sleeps like this? Bottom arm under pillow. The top arm supporting face. Top leg bent over, humping in position for comfort. Bottom leg, I don't like this because my arm goes numb. Thoughts? Glasses and contacts should be free because I didn't ask to be blind. You guys ever mess with a Netflix show so much when it's over you're left feeling empty inside? Y'all call this a date? You're pretty much married if you do this together. Do you have a problem? Yes, no. Can you do something about it? No. Yes, then don't worry. Is this how a mentally stable person's brain works? No. I would love for my brain to work like this, but I think many people have a brain which works like this. And I'm only 21. What's your excuse? Injured my knee. Can we please start a support group for procrastinators tomorrow? What's the worst thing a woman has done on the first date? She literally asked what was their most expensive drink. The waiter met my eye and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. God bless him where he is now. I went to give him a tip, but he declined. If you find this in a room, who is the first person you're calling? I'm calling nobody. I'm not telling anyone. Are you closed? No, ma'am. We just decided to lock the front door and start mopping for fun. They offer you $80 an hour to clean the cemetery alone, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Are you taking the job? You got me messed up if you think I'm gonna refuse that. I'm going to make sure each one of those tombs are spotless with the finest holy water. Annabelle's trying to visit her friend. Aisle 6, row 3. I might get haunted, but I'm leaving every shift in a Bentley with Casper and his homies in the back. Who's your favorite liar? My ex-boyfriend. While being tackled by police dog. What's his name? Caption this. Me in my bed, thinking about something embarrassing I did in 2008. It's Humpty Dumpty. Your manager's coming. 3 words only. It's wild that you can just do anything. Date the wrong person, choose the wrong career. You can go outside and start eating dirt if you want, and the universe lets you. Not even a pop-up like, are you sure? Try living with anxiety. The pop-up appears every time, no matter what you're trying to do. If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is it naked or homeless? Both. Yes. Yeah, totally both. A homeless streaker. It's dead. A turtle's shell is attached to its spine. Lisa lays down the law. Hi, are these still selling? I would pay for you to ship to Spain. I don't do international shipping, I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Don't be scared. Poorly describe the plot of anime. Other people guess what it is. Hulking nudists terror Attack on Titan. Too easy. Have you ever wondered if the person you think about the most thinks about you in the same way? They don't. Move on, trust me. John Carty's been hurt too much. What would you do if you found me in your fridge? I'd be extremely scared because the other bodies in my fridge don't smile. Screw a breakup. Have you ever been yelled at by your favorite teacher. Like, damn, I thought we were homies. Yeah, I've been yelled at, but they're not doing it to be mean. They're just doing it to help you, really. In the moment, though, it's just sad. What answer did you get? Any answer other than 17 is wrong, and your education system failed you. He knocks on your front door and says he wants to fight your son. What are you doing? I'm pushing him over. Go away. This kid's jacked, though. I like going to Walmart for fun. It's the small things. What's your favorite thing to do? Steal. You look outside your window. What are you doing? Throwing my Pokeball at it. What's really messed up, but we are pretty much okay with? The garbage pile the size of France floating around in the ocean. That's just France. Okay, serious question. What is this for? This is for my mum to dramatically grab when I'm going 26 and a 25. Is it just me, or has Christmas lost its vibe over the years? No. You're just not a kid anymore, so it's slightly different. You gotta give it the old vibe it had before. You gotta get into it. What life-changing item can you buy for less than $100? Drugs. And it's a very hard drug beginning with H. You said life-changing, it doesn't need to be a good thing. What is the best way to overcome depression? Love it, so it leaves you as well. You can have the deed with one person from all of human history. Who is your ultimate lay? I'd like to do it one more time with my wife, who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is that she may die young and leaving you wanting. I also choose this guy's dead wife. Yeah, I'm not that funny. You're not getting a single bite. You can keep laughing though. Makes me feel good. Shakespeare predicted brain rot. Cat hath mewed. Just turn in your work, bro. On my life, I'm not doing this work. Guys be doing anything than putting their phones up for TV remote. Bro, where is my package? The delivery car was what? Demolished? You are not getting that package, brother. Why do I have to wear this to take a poop? It's your boy's toilet pass. Our mum's about to give birth, and he's playing Cookie Run. He's pulling an ancient while she's pushing a beast. Guess what? What? Chicken butt. Are we deaders? You've got the D keyboard. Player 4, 5, 6 face then? Now. An attitude then? No. You're 9. So what? We were all 9 once. I love you so much, Mr. Best. Text me private. Adam, don't text this guy private. I don't know what he wants, but he's not Mr. Beast. When you're in Italy and not Italy. Bros in the Spaghettio. This is just the average European capital. This is gonna be a long year. Oh no, you've got Chud Jack in your class. Picks up water. W speed. 10 million views. Bing. When it's 1500 BC and bro says, go look at your pyramid. And there's a massive stone dip built on it. And then he wrote this below it. It's a fun slang to express your love for something. Why thank you. I suppose I goon to Jesus then. No. Yas. Aren't you at the Venus right now? Someone got big McMad. McRage. How it feels to be on Baby Vocals 3 while everyone is still on Tota. Tota? Pics that go hard. He was a nerd at school, but now he's the CEO with money. Where are we We're going home, boys. We're going to D. You guys mess with my new thermostat? Me, if I ever catch my son dressing up as a femboy. There can only be one femboy in my house. Since when did Minecraft become so scary? Get a job. Why would anyone want to do that? Why this thing's so old, bruh? Bro found the Chamber of Secrets. Ain't a single non-binary or person with blue hair back there. My drink's about to suck. POV. You waited for Kaisenat and the boys to fall asleep so you could sleep with them during the Mafia-thon. Gen Z would never understand. Gen Z would never understand. We literally grew up with this. Your PC running. We're just for more and for if you call support DRI. Don't uwu. $350 penalty. When my mom kicks me out the house, but I'm on my 37th gap year trying to enjoy being a kid. Why these pins so mysterious? Snarty is happening today, 5 p.m. Beanies and bikinis. Sooner the better. Come in the mood. No one's coming. I haven't seen my friends in so long. What if I get shy when I see them again? The type of thing you would pull in prop hunt when there's 1 second left. Everyone thumbs up the days you're free. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The plan is not making it out of the group chat. The week-old leftovers and his friend the mold spore. They don't know they're being mocked online. I really hope this isn't Jojo Siwa. Welcome to Fortnite, Jojo Siwa. I found iShow poop. Is this before he went to iShow Finances? How it feels being on red juice while everyone else is still on purple plate. You will need a score of 175% on your final to get to 80% overall. On the bright side, grades don't really matter. Shut the hell up. Open the door. Hi, my name is Snapple. Screw this pass. This is your bathroom pass? Schools have this? I don't even enjoy it. Missed cool. I don't even enjoy your company, honestly. My homeboy's at Andre. I'm done with him. This is me. Watch us try the bleffin' bowl at Chipotle. Every time Mr. Beast broke character. The camera's off. Who the hell is that? Sophie Rain? Beast! This is gonna be a short year. Your teacher has SpongeBob memes in the classroom? Yep, the rumors are true. We're collaborating
collaborating with FNAF. Freddy Fazbear will now randomly jump scare you while browsing. No, you can't turn it off, and it occurs about every 3 minutes at max volume. Realizing I'm old enough to drink and gamble, but young enough to not have a job, so I'm living peak life right now. You need a job so you can gamble it. That water is so matcha-coated. I hate living in World 8, bro. Lava storms all week. How it feels carrying your phone everywhere you go. OMG, I want that phone. I want to be a good boy for it. Huh? Queso's mum commented on my TikTok. The pic though, she's tapped in. How the whole class be moving when the teacher says 6-7. Win in silence and let them think you're losing. When you're chopped and got nothing going on for you in life, but it's okay because you're only 45. You're young. You've got so much to live for. Exit. It did not need that. Do I gotta jerk off the grill? This dude really got slimed because he ran into a burning building with nobody in it. Where was the hidden Mickey? There's a hidden Mickey in your skin. You have to rip it out. POV. Your sister makes a 10 out of 10 dish, but she's your sister. I could never be mean to my sister. I love her too much. Can non-binary people start naming themselves something awesome like this instead of Swarm of Bees or Texas? Scarlet Overkill. Bro, can you just eat your lunch? Which one of these is the glass? Yoo-hoo! Over here. Answer. I love how it puts the intro themed mixed with Pickle Rick. It's fascinating. It's old, but it still barks. Bro's life is terrible. Introduction, rising. Too many eyes. Evicted, Guna arc, liquid chungus, gas leak, death spiral conclusion. Kendrick straight with 6-7s. Oh my god. Speed about. Okay, what the frick? These nuts almost died. I'm so glad he didn't though. That'd have been horrible. Who do you think had it worse, the TikTok Riz Party kids or the 6-7 kid? The TikTok Riz Party kids were talked about like ancient heroes, legendary heroes of an ancient time. Well, every time I see the 6-7 kid, he looks more and more like a creepypasta. Jarvis, clip that. They got a haunted house in March. What? Jobs her. Gen Z is lawyers. No shade, but the prosecution case is kind of sus. Me in 2010. Assassins are so cool. Me now. Assassins are so cool. Wrong lane, brotato chip. This video being 14 years old is like discovering a plasma rifle buried among caveman tools. Is anything ever this serious? The book's actually gas. It's long, but I liked it. I refuse to believe someone who talks like that on TikTok has read this book. My English teacher said I couldn't, so I did it out of spite. Thank you, Lord, for a new day. Pray for another. Don't take me out, coach. I can still race. Dude, no you can't. You have a lot of damage and your right eye is shut. Not to mention, you're also leaking oil. So he's dying. Chat, be honest. Would you really slime out Franklin for $1 million? Probably not, actually. I can't do that to Franklin, and it's not like I really need the money. If I was starving, though, yeah, I might have to. Tough peppers. Was $1.46, now 6-7. Is 7 divisible by 3? No, 7 is not divisible by 3. Wish it was. They got humiliated as a kid because of this. They thought it was. Dude, calm down. I'll give it to you in a minute. What the hell, dude? What if I mixed gooning with exercising? I can't feel my legs. Nirvana, our baby. My car radio is saying hello. You? Oh, are you talking to me? Tough slang. 71 Ranch Lettuce, South Dakota? Dude's pre-ordering. Pre-ordering what? The next meme? Just went for a number 5. The European mind could not comprehend the dog hot. Diddle me doo dah. This one sure is a knee slapper. Rate my setup. Oh, that's such a cool mouse pad. Slightly overcooked the waffles. Oh, it's a waffle spawner. You're lucky. Some dude just drove off a cliff on my drive home. Did something like this. Damn, hope you good, bruh. Affirm yes to become a freshwater buffalo. Yes. Joking it. Can I beat Minecraft while beating myself? Never wanted a YouTuber to have a face cam more. I've done this in every video. Can I read every meme in the world while former Nintendo employees say Nintendo's strategy with backlash 99% of the time is do not engage. Us, you're telling me Steve holding beef is part of the 1%? Don't care. Plus, impregged. Come on, dude, I've been impregged 3 times this week. I can't keep having all these kids. Turkish protesters got the whole multiverse on their side. The government's so evil, Batman and Joker teamed up. Are we serious, IKEA? Hey, don't forget the mustard. It's always Texas weather. Alien invasions will continue all day. Wind gusts are up to 14 miles per hour. This frame from the Fallout TV show is so funny, I nearly puked watching it. My horrible son Wilhelm, who simply refuses to finish his glass of dirt. He ate without YouTube. Day 2 of Dr. Pepper shortage. It's new. Good girl. Wait, you're gender fluid. Good labubu. Shout out to my lawyer. I was facing 30 days in jail, but he got me 9 years of probation. Legend.
What do you mean closed? Can't sit down, it's closed. In 2008, Japan's birth rate was so low that workers were told to go home early and use their remaining energy to procreate. 8 hours of paid freaky? Mandatory freak fest. Mummy Pig has welcomed her daughter. Evil Pig. Ugly. Girl, please. Is this thing a life? Look what I found in my friend's game collection. That's my favorite Xbox game. What is that? 2 types of people. Was gooning until I realized people laugh at this. Was laughing until I realized people goon to this. This week, niche tier list. Only few individuals know. Niche, almost niche, known, popular, mainstream. Really, there's no Rick? Where would you guys put Rick on this list? To all my mutuals. Friendly reminder, me being mutuals with you does not make me your friend.
Friendly reminder, being mutuals with me does make me your friend. I love you.
We're all friends, guys, until we're not. Guys will do anything but use the bathroom. What do you even do in this situation? Is that a bin flying? Just put your phone in, bruh. The Buddha statue on the counter at the Chinese restaurant as I asked for the chicken and broccoli combo. Donald J. Trump, Kamala Harris, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This is what real honest holding looks like. Boozy bad as iron his shirts while wearing it. Some BS that would happen in iCarly. The class of 25 is so lucky because the year is 2025 and it's so aesthetically pleasing that they match. Can I send you some music recommendations? No, I already know all the songs I like. POV. You're a straight man who shares a bathroom with 2 girls. I was waiting to see the 5-in-1 product. I'm not that straight. 5-year-old me. After trying my parents' toothpaste instead of my Strawberry Lightning McQueen toothpaste. How it feels when the rage bait works and Twin starts crashing out. You know you're getting close to a city when you start seeing buildings. This is considered a meme. What is happening? What? Seriously, guys, what is going on? Italian brain rot. Oh no. When they sleeping on you, tuck 'em in. Whatever hiccups. My dad just called him Harry Potter Goat with a hint of gay. It might be over. This is what K-pop rap sounds like. That's on finna clock it. What? Gay co-worker said he's got dibs on me. What that mean? He finna play in that booty snatcher, slapping it on your tongue. The last one was not needed, man. Do not order JoJo merch on AliExpress. My body was made to snip. My body was made for scissoring too. What a coincidence. What kind of brain rot are you? New school brain rot, old school, retro, ancient, prehistoric, Cambrian. All boys who use must be tied up. Thank you. Speed limit. Am I about to get clipped? Possibly. Get down! I don't know how to flirt. I done called this woman legendary. Fact, 90% of doom scrollers log off right before they see a really good post. Gen Z's political revolution. You need to calm down. Obston got a victory royale. Was your whole family killed by someone? An angel lost its wings. There's no way the Miku is in Bread Barbershop. Who the hell made this? Show me your laboobies. I kind of want that. What is this? Imagine if Beef Owl saw this. Oh, he saw this. Bro, I'm not cleaning my butt with this. SpongeBob can get in my cheeks. I don't care. Making an actually good looking character. I need more dynamics like this in media. The dumb one. The main character. The smart one. You want Alvin and the Chipmunks. Boss gave me the old posters. When you're laughing with bro, but realize he bought the Diddy Labubu. If Jihan was greedy and evil. I was really gonna make a Squid Games Part 2 video, but I was too late. I know. I missed out. I hated this scene so much that I watched Whiplash right afterwards just to see him get psychologically abused. That one SCP when you look at him. Look at my bunk on the tour bus, bro. I love y'all. How it feels doing the Wordle at exactly 12 AM on Discord. September challenge. No, not safe for work. No alcohol. 4 to 6 eggs a day. 3 liters of water. 6 to 7 hours of sleep. 10,000 steps a day. 100 push-ups daily. No meals in the morning. Write at least 100 words daily. Write 5 things you're grateful for. Writing 100 words is crazy. Bro handles it himself. Yeah. Fleffin. Check. Wokey pronouns. Check. Midius Overwatch, check. Felone Predator, also check. Wow, this is really heaven. Update on keeping a banana in a bag of water until it lives. Fungus is changing the color of the water and the bag is filled with gases from the banana. And it's gonna blow up and kill everyone. Ports, airports, railroads, YouTube premium users. Grok, what are ports? Hey Grok, what's the time? Hey, Grok, what am I having for breakfast? Because I can't think for myself. The world's first leader elected via Discord has been sworn as Nepal's prime minister after Gen Z overthrew the government. You think he got nitro? She. Crazy. Because you wasn't. A tree died for this. I woke up crying the other night because you wasn't in bed with me. Poor tree. We won't forget your sacrifice. We got opium bidi bidoo boo boo bee before GTA 6. It really gets to a point, dude. Mr. Beast has launched Feastables chocolate milk. Ew. Mr. Beast is getting milked. Hey, a pretty young listener here. I found this album under a Vaporwave Apple Music playlist when I was about 8 years old. Needless to say, I was hooked. I love the dreamy feel I got while listening to this album. It's been 5 years since, and I still use this album to go to sleep, when it rains, or for other special occasions. This album for me is just so addicting. I have no idea how to put it into words when I listen to it. Thank you for an amazing album. I gooned to this album. Unrelated, but like button ass has stuck with me. What a way to describe something. Annoys me seeing little white foamy fluffy dogs prancing around. I see them and I'm like, that should smell like coconut cream. You smell like a little pastry. You're a little pastry. And they smell like butt. Not all small dogs. I'm on the bus and this guy is so fine, but he has an iPhone 6. And you're on a bus. Influencer posts photo in business class cabin before returning to her seat in economy. God, I wish I was that fly. No wonder she looks disgusted. Ninja, please notice me. I'm your biggest fan. I even wore my ninja headband for my school picture. I once dated a guy for a month, and after breaking up with him, he changed his Steam bio to this.
At least 2D girls don't break your heart.
Do not get plastic surgery in an attempt to pass as an Asian. It will not work. I'm still learning. Any constructive criticism is welcome. What sexuality is that behind you? That's the German flag. We need this version of Frozen. Every time I'm with her versus every time I'm not. I'm straight, but that's incredible. Dude, you can be straight and enjoy the sunset. It's okay, man. Not everything's gotta be gay. Sus, man. It is indeed sus.
By the way, to folks lost, sus means suspicious. Elon speaks street.
She's like the boomer to zoomer translator. Plus-size traveler demands free seats, better accommodations on airlines. I just saw a furry in real life. I'm not even joking. Guys in 2013 used to be walking around wearing this. What the hell happened? Under feminism, I have the right to be an awful person. I'm an ex-banker, genderless dragon. Now my son won't talk to me. If you're against incest, just say you have an ugly family. What the hell is this? That dog can bite me and I'd thank him. You have to be cringe when you're 12 to 14, because otherwise you'll be cringe in your 20s instead, and that's just embarrassing. Spending time with nature. Bro, I can't believe this was me at 15. There is something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. It's the idea that someone with a disability needs to be cured. Yeah, we just shouldn't cure people with disabilities, guys. That's so ableist. They should just be happy with their disability. If you're blind, deal with it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Semi-bisexual. Bisexuality, but with attraction to only one gender. Yo, Twitch support, I need your help on a purchase I made. The girl I donated $13,000 to spent countless hours moderating her chat and keeping creepers away, and spent time being there for her on an emotional level on your website is actually married. I want a refund. My wife's boyfriend allowed me to cuddle with them tonight. Oh, this guy's a cunt. Get the chair out. Do you ever get second-hand happiness? Like someone is happy so you're happy because they're happy? Twitter user discovers empathy. Am I the only other white person who feels like they were black in a past life? I know it's bad to say the N-word, but I say it a lot, and I think it's my past life trying to tell me something. It's like a gut feeling. I kind of wish I were black also. Do you guys not understand how harmful body checks can be if you don't put a trigger warning? What do you even mean? If someone sees someone else with the body type they want, they could possibly relapse. What do you mean by relapse? What would they relapse on or of? Not our problem. Hey, I think you're cute. Thanks. We should talk more. I would like to get to know you. Gotcha. This was for a TikTok. Nobody likes you. Bye. Today at lunch in high school, a junior proposed to his girlfriend of 4 weeks. They're still together to this day. Unlucky in love. I spent $20,000 on plastic surgery to try and get a man, but it hasn't worked and I've been single for 7 years. I don't think plastic surgery is the problem then. I think it's you. And they say girls with dimples can't be nurses. Just say you wanted to post a cute picture of yourself. We don't need to do this. Today I slapped a man and he slapped me back. People, this guy legit slapped me back. How dare you slap a woman back? How dare you? Nerd gets rejected but then reveals he's Instagram famous. What was old school YouTube? We had people going on Omegle, taking off their shirts, flexing. We had people in public, if they're ripped, just making videos showing off their body. Bro, we need to go back to old YouTube. Adult baby, 22, calls boyfriend daddy and gets him to change her nappies. This is really weird. Me, every time I rediscover my old DSi, and remember they let me take it into my grandma's open casket funeral when he went on Tinder right in front of me after taking my Seems like you chose maybe not the worst guy, he's an honest guy. guy. One has to go.
Do men actually still play video games?
This is why y'all are unemployed and don't have real jobs like me. I suggested an open marriage to my husband to spice up our sex life. He then fell in love with his lover and I was heartbroken. 80% of Rent-A-Girlfriend viewers are Redditors, survey shows. What I give my daughter versus what I give my son. My boyfriend criticized me for being on my phone during a movie, so I put my phone away and instead just talked the whole time. Then he gave me my phone back, like a pacifier. I'm an extreme nihilist. I never feel down because I have realized that feelings are just chemical reactions. I have learned to control and even ignore. Man happily includes wife's lover in their wedding photos. Cheating on me is a part of her identity. How is eating meat racist? I'll gladly tell you. Found a screenshot of Elsa's feet from Frozen 2. Hey, DM me the image. Can you repost? Me and my boyfriend just got into a fight, and he did all of this to my house. Oh, I love his toxic air. I wish I had a boyfriend so I could cheat on him. Man obsessed with body modifications gets tusks fitted to his own teeth. It's an ogre. I just applied to a job and accidentally uploaded this instead of my resume. I have to tell you something that will lower your entire opinion of me. When I was 12, I made flyers for my fan fiction and handed them out at a train station. Another year, another beautiful dress decorated by my second graders. Amazing feet. What is wrong with you? Okay, I'm sorry. Amazing feet and dress. That's better. Wait. He just replied to my Bobby pics with this. Never talking to a guy from Twitter again. What? Woman ends up in hospital after confusing builder's phone with her hair mousse. Aw. People fight over crab's legs at local buffet using tongs like swords. I'm calling the police. Just sit tight for me. Grocery store throws out $35,000 worth of food that woman coughed on in a twisted prank. She should be sent to jail. Guys who change their boxes every day be like, this meme was made by someone disgusting. You're just gross. If you are white, you can't speak Spanish. Are you familiar with the entire country of Spain? Nothing is better than seeing people battling cancer and living life to its fullest. Sir, I don't have cancer. Please delete. Thank you. Female Uzi fan. I'm a female Uzi fan. What are some of his best songs? Hey, if that's true, I'm willing to pay you if you send a video of your feet and Uzi playing in the background. We are shutting down this subreddit for a week. A week? You're gonna ban this guy. Tried to airdrop this woman a picture of herself because she's a dime. Who said food can't be fun? This is so goofy and silly and funny. Oh my god. And she's having fun. I don't mind this. My dad died from an overdose and he really liked EDM music. Please make a song about him. Bro, what? I hate that people think they can trust me. If they knew the things I've done, they wouldn't. If you ever see me in person, run. Please just run. All I really want in this life is skinny arms.
Hi.
I meant for myself. That is not a flattering photo. What were you thinking? Have we ever smashed? Girl, put his phone down. Hey, I made a thing. It's a pride flag for lesbians who don't like women. So straight? I said lesbian. Stop being disrespectful. Every time I think of you, Emma, I ball my eyes. I miss you too much. Drunk driving can be a coping mechanism. Not everybody is neurotypical, and sometimes a nice beer on the highway is needed to relax. I'm the hottest person at this bad school. And if you go to my school and you see this, you want to be me. I don't want to be you. He didn't just dump me. He called me on a video call with his new girlfriend, and they farted and laughed, saying I'm the one who farted. POV, you play a wolf roleplay game on Roblox. Ruff, ruff, ruff. This is what my ex lost. My brain recording my good memories versus my cringe memories. Bro is going through it. Oh. When I gave an ugly guy a chance on Bumble, and we went on a beach date 30 minutes from my dorm, but once I set up my spot, he said he forgot something in his car. He left and blocked me. What do you mean set up your spot? I'm confused. Set up your spot? I don't know. Maybe he just thought you were uglier than him. Setting up our Christmas tree, but it's made out of deer antlers. If you exercise to intentionally lose weight, that can be unhealthy because of how dangerous current beauty standards are, and because weight loss is fat-phobic. That is a full-grown balding man wearing a backpack. My mom was reading the Bible today, and I couldn't hold back my anger, so I whispered to her, "Put away that fake book these mortals created about me." Ugh, that's so cringe. You said that to your mom, and your mom's pretty religious, so you're just being rude? My favorite game is to act like I can't understand something very simple when a man is explaining it to me to see how dumb he thinks I am. This, my dear, it's called deception. What do you mean? It's a form of dishonesty that you are using for self-gain or amusement. It's actually quite sophisticated and well done. I don't get it. I have kissed this man like 10,000 times.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Statistically, the average relationship for a young couple lasts about 4 years max. Who's gonna be the one to mess up? You or him? There's absolutely no way to know. But it's best to just have fun in the present instead of worrying about the future.
You think this person's ever been in a relationship? I don't think so. Ready for dinner with the waifu? Doesn't she look stunning? I still can't believe I once catfished my sister and got her to send me brother more than a mess. I have a date with a guy this weekend and he asked me what my budget was, so he picked a nice restaurant for us. Budget? Am I paying for the meal? Mark Zuckerberg surfboards in Hawaii with way too much sunscreen. I saw a girl carrying a hamster, so I asked if I could pet it, but it was actually a muffin, so now I'm on my way to jump off a cliff now. About 5,000 years later, archaeologists will find this kind of skeleton. When you speak 2 languages but start losing vocabulary in both of them. Bilingual. Reconstructed Dream's face using reverse engineering and leaked images of his younger self and mother for genetic references. I want to lick that cute squishy face of his. That's kind of accurate. That is accurate. I see the resemblance. Before you slide in my DMs, look at you then look at me. Make sure it makes sense. Michigan man caught pleasuring self with Elmo doll during home inspection. Disney had no right making none of this bad. That's a whole animal. Alright, I know it's an animal. No word starting with O and ends with O. Orange. When me and my ex broke up, and he came into my house to say bye and thank you to my parents, and my mom started crying and said, "I'm so sorry, you deserve so much better than her." Like she wasn't lying, but what, mom? Why did you have to say that? Teen girls are developing tics. Doctors say TikTok could be a factor. It's mostly just stress, I think. I'm down 100 pounds. Fatphobic incel gets rewarded by Reddit for fat erasure. What? How is he an incel? Fat equals incel. 11 non-human Disney characters who made you feel things down there. Dude, what? No. Nala, yeah, not these dudes. Any single girls want an awesome guy? My son is single. Mom's trying anything. Feel bad. Woman goes viral for buying a 1998 Ford Escort for $289 a month for the next 84 months. I got kicked out of a Barnes & Noble for moving all the Bibles into the...
This is so funny. I love disrespecting people.
I get trolling, but obviously you're allowed to have your own opinion, but you're looking for trouble doing this. You're not getting anything out of it. It's not like you're having a debate. Should I buy a house or a link to a picture of a pixelated monkey? Houses are more often a liability. McDonald's accused of cultural appropriation over new jerk chicken sandwich. Joker without makeup. That's really disrespectful. He was clearly injured in some sort of way. May it be war or what have you. He is probably so depressed his face is scarred like this. Joker does not care. Apparently there's a reason why you want to bite someone you love or think is cute. It's called cute aggression. It's literally too cute for your brain to handle, and biting them gives you somatic release. The human experience amazes me. My boyfriend is acting insecure just because I slept with another guy at a motel without informing him. I did this because he was being needy. Plus, we're not married anymore, so technically I'm single. What is he crying about? Avatar 2 goes underwater in new BTS photos. Don't use BTS fame. I've cheated on every boyfriend I've ever had, and I don't regret it. Bizarre. Indonesian woman says gust of wind made her pregnant. Police begins investigation. Oh no, I'm not gonna go outside then. I don't wanna get pregnant. Well then, tell your a-hole boyfriend he needs to watch his back. I love you, babe. You are more than my fiance. You're my best friend, cousin, and lover. So I went to Starbucks for the first time, and what the hell is this? For a gang. My cleaning lady quit today because I peed all over the floor again and she had to spend 42 hours cleaning it instead of seeing her son in the hospital. I've known her all my life. I don't know how she could just leave me. This isn't even true. Bro, someone paid for my butt surgery. What the hell? I will find you. For everyone asking, he sent me 10K. No name and no one has spoke up. This is some next level sin. Not even like just saying your name like, hey, this is me by the way. No worries. 10K! This is Elon Musk. Elon Musk be changing lives out here. I'm too hot to date. Men are intimidated and it's a curse. Nobody talks about how hard it is to be hot because you literally can't get a boyfriend. Men are extremely... Yeah, guys, don't you just relate to this? Anytime you walk down the streets, no one looks at you in the eye because you're just too hot. No one wants to talk to you. Yep. Yeah. Utah family claims 15-year-old son turned gay after 5G's cell phone tower was installed near home. The cope is crazy. You just have a gay son. You need to blame it on 5G. Reddit guys can figure out how to raise a stock's price 200% and make Wall Street a-holes lose millions. But still don't know how to talk to a girl. It's easier to make millions of dollars than get a girlfriend. Everybody, please wish me good luck. I just spent almost all of my bank account on the Mega Millions. I really need to hit this, guys. This will change my life and I will donate at least half of it. Oh, well, since you'll donate half of the winnings of like 100 million, then yeah, we'll just give you the lottery ticket. Fine. Enjoy taxes there. Imagine if she got her leg surgically removed. Then I would get to push and carry her around a lot and see her cute little nubs wiggle around. She would be more reliant on me and I would take so you just want someone to be reliant on you because you want to have control? What the hell? Not to sound creepy. Alright, lonely boy 9000. You can only take one dog home. It really depends on what we are allowed to do with them. What do you mean? You get to cuddle them. If I could pick one, I'm picking Snoopy. Oh, actually, I think Brian would be pretty cool to chill out with. Yeah, he'd be chill. He'd be very funny. You shouldn't drink/smoke while pregnant because it can cause birth defects and disabilities. Okay, why are we being so scared of having disabled children? What? Just another classic example of ableism, eugenics, and policying what women do with their bodies. These are 3 months apart. What the hell? Went from I'll have her home by 9 to your daughter calls me daddy too. I'll have her home by 9 versus I'll have her home by 11. Seriously, what the hell happened to you in 3 months? This is lighting, hair, outfit. My brother just walked into my room and he had a light bulb in his mouth and I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, I was having a light snack. My dad just came in my room with a light bulb too and my brother shouts, I already did that joke. And now my dad is angry at my brother. What's happening to my family? Your dream pacifier is so poggers. This was when Dream was peaking and everyone was talking about him on the internet. Now imagine this. A Japanese guy really into American culture learns English through Family Guy and constantly speaks like Peter. Oh, I wish. 10 years old. Watches Roblox videos. YouTube with 20 sub, date 15. Okay, this kid's getting groomed. What? If I cheated on you, instead of just leaving me, understand the fact that you lack something which the man I cheated on with you doesn't. Find out the error in yourself, apologize to me, say sorry, accept it, and become a better man. I think if I got cheated on, my honest response would just to be block and move on. I wouldn't entertain it. But then it's like, if it's a sticky situation where you don't really know if you got cheated on or they have a pretty good excuse, yeah, I'd want to die. I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed my MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiance from stumbling across pictures I photoshopped of her giving birth to me. Yeah, I'd do the same, to be honest. How are you gonna explain that? Why were you doing that? What is wrong with you? What other stuff do you do with Photoshop, you freak? You know, I hope the brother and fiance, one of them uses 4chan or even watch this video and they're like, wait, I remember when my brother or sister, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, I remember when my brother or sister smashed their laptop and it kind of reminds me of this situation. Went through my bag trying to figure out why it's been heavy all year and you're telling me I had chains in there? I wish relationships had free trials. I just want to experience how it is for like 2 weeks, and if I like it, I'll continue my membership. Hey, so this is dating actually? Yeah, getting emotional about the ugly bread. Ugly bread discount, made fresh today, just not so pretty. Earth-shattering notification.
Smiley face.
Wait, wouldn't these drawings be like insanely realistic in their universe? Me and my dad went fishing, and it was basically this for 2 hours. How rubber is extracted from trees? It's a caterpillar replying, you witch. One time I refused to buy a watch because it was only waterproof to 100 meters. Not sure what sort of future I was imagining for myself there. Scuba diver? This part of the astronaut application cracks me up every time. Extensive travel required. In Shrek, Donkey reveals that he's colorblind. This explains why he is the only one not afraid of Shrek, since he just sees him as a normal guy with strange ears. Fun fact, I'm colorblind, and I do tend to not see green skin. Characters like Yoda, for example, just look Caucasian to me in terms of skin tone. Witnessed levels of innovation I had never considered. Perfect full moon. Trees in the way. Discord just raised their server cap from 2.5 million members to 25. Over half the countries in the world can now fit their entire population in a Discord server. I have a crazy idea. A mechanic in Italy has built the world's narrowest car, measuring just 50 centimeters wide. Do you ever go into someone's house and think, wow, people can get used to any smell? No, not really. This dog with gold teeth only appears when it's your lucky day. Buddy, you just went out. You wanna go out again? Startup idea. Shower with water heater. People say plutonium-238 has no commercial uses. So my fantasy football league came up with their last place punishment for this year. I should probably start researching. Okay, the official punishment for this year. If you finish last, you have to go to a sperm bank. Donate sperm, and on the form, you have to check on the box that will allow the child to contact you once they turn 18. A child has been born from an embryo frozen in 1994, making it the oldest baby ever. A psychic told me I would be killed by a 30-year-old man in his 60s. I laughed it off as nonsense. I'm not laughing anymore. I hate when I become a regular somewhere. I used to buy soup at a corner store every day, and one time the old man who owns it went, "You sure like soup?" I didn't go back for 3 3 months. Well played, horses, well played. Then versus now. Very smart. What's the difference between finding out and realizing? Finding out versus realizing. I was laughing, and my dog thought I was hyperventilating and got me my emergency inhaler. So much love in those eyes. When you hit your knee on the corner of the table, and the surge of pain that courses through your body forces you to eat the nearest person alive. I hate when this happens. Went swimming for exercise for the first time in 15 plus years, and at the end of what I thought was a pretty normal lap, a lifeguard came over and asked if I was okay. Overheard a guy ending a conversation. Well, those are all my funny things I had to say. My husband saw a rabbit in our yard eating grass and said, "That would be like sitting in a field of french fries." Do the Decepticons call themselves that? Or is it like a robot slur? I hate how research papers are written. So much yapping in them. Just get to the point, bro. Baby is finally asleep. Let's put the skull on him. One day, you too will turn 50 and realize you no longer look like your teenage self. When that happens, you'll see how just pointlessly nasty this post is. Screw ChatGPT. Wikipedia is my ride or die. If I'm gonna be misinformed, I want to be misinformed by the people. Wikipedia is actually more reliable than most textbooks, thanks to the unparalleled might of global scale, fully weaponized autistic pedantry. Bob Odenkirk says he wants to end Mario. Oh, end Mario. I'll tear that mustache off his face, jam it down his throat, take his swimming goggles and rip them into pieces. Me staring at the ATM when I'm done to make sure that guy goes back to the home screen. Man tried to match me, so I was being nice and now I'm howling. Girl, I don't know if you know this, but I think you might have set your gender wrong. Sorry if I'm assuming and wrong, but I'm a lesbian. Figured I would match and tell you. What? You're lying. That's why I've had no luck. You just had like a gay profile. I'm a waitress at a venue that does at least 2 weddings a month. Over 4 years of working there, I got with 2 bridesmaids, a groom, and multiple times was offered a something with the married couple, but they always backed out after having a chance to sober up. That's disgusting. I hope you're not a waitress at Josh and Katie's wedding, where I'm best man at Copthorne Hotel on July 16th, 2022. At what point in my 20s do I stop feeling like a teenager wearing an adult costume? I don't know. I'm still there. I once went on a date with a girl, and I asked her what music she listens to, and she said, "Whatever Spotify gives me. I don't know artist names." What exactly do non-smokers do to get through a bad day? I don't smoke, I don't drink, vape, drugs, I drink chocolate milk, and if I don't, I end myself. Someone liked a ton of my tweets at once, and their account has 0 followers, and was just made, and I thought, that must be a bot. Then I looked closer. It's my dad. It's increasingly clever that Ellen DeGenerate was an environmentally significant apex predator in the media ecosystem. She'd have extracted all entertainment value from the Hawk Tour Girl in a 3-minute segment, and banished her back to anonymity, maintaining ecological balance. Jeff Bezos really worth $200 billion, and isn't Iron Man or Batman yet? That dude's a bum. It's cause he's Lex. I'd be Batman. Remember back in 2013, when the Infinity Ward officers got raided by the LAPD and the police got into a standoff with a life-size statue of Ghost? You put this Pomeranian into Britain. Blimey! In 1999, a family could afford a suburban McMansion on a single income as a waste management consultant with no college degree. Medieval peasant staring at my phone. I understand this tweet just fine. And the Dorito? That's alright. This is the scariest pumpkin I've ever seen. It was made for me. This is my hole. Props to anyone who tries to be fashionable in Ireland. In Ireland, I wore a red beret. Once in Waterford, and someone called me Super Mario. Was wearing a vintage Nike jacket in a very long queue for drinks at a boxing match, when a Belfast lad goes, "Wow, this is taking forever. Your man has been here since the 80s. So these guys were basically caught in a drug bust. That guy's in my group and we've got a presentation tomorrow. Is Beyonce bigger than Michael Jackson? This is not a value judgment, but Michael Jackson was more famous than you could possibly imagine. Like the Pope or Coca-Cola famous. Harry Potter is sort of crazy. I would have never fought a war for my high school, same, but I also don't have magic powers, so if they taught me magic, I think I would. Guy who invented the clock. There will be 12 numbers on it, friend. So the day will be divided into 12 segments. No, 24. So will the day start at 1? The day will start at the 12, which is at night. The 6 means 30. My wife, with a master's in biology, just disagreed that penguins are birds. Then she adamantly got out her phone, googled something, then silently put her phone down and continued as if nothing happened. I've done this before. Why do the words caregiver and caretaker mean the same thing? Shouldn't they be rival jobs that undo each other's progress? This actually happened. My dad was suspicious of Itachi because he didn't understand why he was acting like his arm was in a sling. This is why everyone is looking at the camera, but my dad is looking for what Itachi is pointing at. Question: did anyone ever grow up with a treehouse in their backyard? That's something I would always see in TV shows and movies, but I never saw one in real life, nor did I ever meet anyone who actually had one. Maybe it was a thing more common in the past or something. Get my mama off whatever side of Facebook she's on right now. Have you heard of Young Thug the rapper? He was forced to eat bugs when he was 7. Who forced him to eat bugs? A customer couldn't decide between 2 desserts and her boyfriend said, just get both, it's your day. And I was like, OMG, it is your birthday? Is it your birthday? And she said, no, he says that every day. My friend just found out 1 year into a relationship that her therapist is her boyfriend's mum. When I was younger, I thought Tiger Woods ended someone's life. The whole time he just cheated. Riley says there's a dead possum and asks if he can pray for it. Sure. A minute later, I get outside and he's kneeling in front of it, chanting, rise, rise, come back. And I find myself explaining the difference between a prayer and a necromancy to a 7-year-old. Parenting is strange. Everyone on this site is 10 to 100 times smarter than me, and I hate it. Custer is kind of an idiot for showing up to a battle called Custer's Last Stand. Dude, it wasn't called that until after the battle was over. Do you think everyone knows the name of each battle before they even took place? He's jumping on they Chuck right now. Are you kidding me? I stay away from beef-flavored cat food. At no point could Sylvia realistically bring down a cow, and I don't need that kind of ego in the house. Who's winning in a hater-off? This Lex is an S-tier hater, but nothing will top going to church and literally asking God to end someone while tears well up in your eyes. Truly, what is with the trailer starts now nonsense at the beginning of every movie trailer now? I hate how many ads there are at the beginning of movies. Arrive at hotel in Paris. Say in the best accent I can muster. Salut, j'ai une réservation. Immediately get the response. What's your last name? Heartbreaking start to the holiday. Every year you guys say, what did Kevin's dad do to afford that house? What about his mum? Am I to think a woman with this many pantsuits is a homemaker? Got hammered last night. Let's see what we cooking in the giraffes. If I got kidnapped, I'd be in the trunk farting. Okay, so does the Green Lantern ring hypothetically need to be on the finger? Because I have another cool idea. Some of the nice things about Fool are going to bed when it's dark and waking up when it's dark and going to work when it's dark and getting off when it's dark, eating dinner in the dark, embrace the dark, become the dark. Sees beyond my wife's arm. Uh-oh. I roll up a newspaper. Babe, stay still. Using newspaper as a megaphone. There's a bee on you. I've opened 3 birthday cards and I'm already 150 pounds up. I love being a postman. Breaking. FBI warns the public not to point lasers or attempt to shoot down suspect drones in New Jersey. Well, that pretty much ensures people are going to point lasers at drones now, doesn't it? Question mark Coates. The Riddler if he slayed. Me when a photo is taken. Ew, I look terrible. Me looking at that same photo years later. That was the best I had ever looked. The thing with bearded thing is that it implies the presence of rock hairs. You know, hairs down there? Now you gotta think about it too. Let's meet at 2 p.m. Me. Okay, so it will take 20 minutes to get there, so I should leave at 1 p.m. just in case. I should be dressed by 12, shower at 11. I should make sure to eat by 9, which means I should be up by 8, which means I should go to bed at 9 p.m. the night before, which means I should. My son on why Caleb is his best friend at kindergarten. He doesn't really speak English, so he can skip all the talking and just get right to karate. I don't negotiate with terrorists. Who am I speaking with? I will negotiate with Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper only.
Hey there, Dr. Pepper is not a real individual and thus would not be available to speak with you. I would be happy to connect you with our head of in-house counsel, John Bob, if you would like to speak about this further. I want to speak to Pepper. Me, when the restaurant brings out bread for the table. Dogs aren't supposed to have bread though. Neither am I. My wife called to tell me she saw a fox on the way to work. I asked how she knew it was on its way to work. She hung up on me. My parents launching me into adulthood after overprotecting me my whole life. Me driving at 3 a.m. Ooh, so fun, cool adventure. Me seeing another car at 3 a.m. What the hell are you up to, shady bastard? Chess guys get so mad when you call it a horse. Buddy, that's on you. You're the ones who chose to make it that exact shape. Jacket potato led to jail gun threat. Caught his. We have an idea for a video game. Picture a big gorilla on top of some metal framing hurling barrels at a plumber. That could not make any less sense. Well,
What's the gorilla's first name? Donkey. 2 unread emails. From HR. Please fill out our anonymous survey. From boss. Don't forget about the survey. HR said you're the last one from our team. As soon as Sam from iCarly found out she had a crush on someone, she checked herself into a mental hospital. We could all learn from her. We have a color named after you. Salmon. Really? Is it silvery blue like my outsides? No. Wait, why is it pink? Why? Ordered 40 pounds worth of Indian food, and it was delivered to our neighbor by mistake. Knocked on the neighbor's door to see if they had it, and they had already started eating it. I'm dumbfounded by this. Do people just accept and eat other people's food? Is this normal? Okay, in the Flow Rider song Low, does boots with the fur mean boots with a fur jacket, or boots with a fur accoutrement? It's incredible to me that we think we understand ancient texts when the context of even 20 years ago is already lost. Started realizing women appreciate the fact that you made plans sometimes, even more than the plan itself. It's the pre-thought part that has them. Local man discovers effort. We are the daughters of the monsters you could not mash. One of the most underrated benefits of having a cat is that you get another creature to look around in confusion with you. When you hear a random loud noise in the middle of the night, this was the biggest IT outage ever. If you exclude the period from 13.7 BC to the mid-20th century, I'm a night owl. All owls are night owls. You're a regular owl. My 16-year-old came and got me really late last night and asked me to come into his room, which was alarming. It was the northern lights. He could see them from his bedroom window and wanted me to see them too. I'm going to remember that forever. Raw milk is one of those ideas that can really take hold when people haven't seen a cow. If you see a cow from, let's say, 10 feet or less, you immediately understand the problem that pasteurization is solving. Warner Bros. Is selling 10 fully functional spools of copper wire from their historic Burbank studio. Guys, I don't know if Warner Bros. Is going to exist in the next 2 years. I love New York. I just threw up on the sidewalk at 10:45 a.m. and nobody did anything. Yeah, New York is like London. No one cares. When you think about it, this is basically what peacocks be doing. When I was a little emo, this guy asked me out. I didn't hear from him on the day till he texted me saying sorry and that his bat had died. So I got him a condolence card and a present and took it to the date like, I'm sorry about your pet bat. And he was like, no, I meant my phone battery. You're a very caring person, Holly. I'm so glad Gaga became a legend. I remember in high school, my math teacher was like, let's see where she is in 10 years. And here we are, 10 years later with Gaga being a legend and my math teacher being in jail for sleeping with students. Bless. I'm sad to report that a friend and I went to a very authentic Hunan restaurant, added stinky tofu to our order, and was told by the waiter, no, that's only for people from China. You won't like it. We both said that we were excited to try it, received it, and in fact could not eat it. Yeah, the waiter was not being racist. They were telling the truth. I'm sick of pointing a gun at my dad through my window at 2 a.m. as he pleads, come on, Jake, just let your old pa in. I'm tired. And replying, you're not my dad. He's asleep in the other room. I hear him snoring, then watching his expression go sour as he turns back towards the woods. Sonic EXE is on the naughty list. This is soul-crushing information. I'm deeply apologetic for my actions, Saint Nick. Instead of speak now or forever hold your peace, each one of my groomsmen will ask the bride, is this guy bothering you? And she has to say no. The Academy is now implementing a new rule that members must now watch all nominated films in each category to be eligible to vote in the final round for the Oscars. They weren't doing that before. I asked ChatGPT, I asked Grok. Well, I just made up some stuff and people believed me because I'm well read and use big words. It's always nice making up things on the spot which sound believable, because sometimes you're right. I actually saw Avatar for the first time earlier this year, and it was mostly an interesting mush to me, but it did contain exactly one image that will haunt me forever. Someone told me that the most realistic thing about Avatar was that a Stanford grad would make a giant Stanford shirt for her alien avatar so that the aliens would know she went to Stanford. Hey guys, look at me. I went to Stanford, Harvard. Had an elderly boss who got scammed out of 5K in a your Mac is infected call. I told her it was a scam plus reported it to Chase Credit. That night, she called the scammer angry. I'm sorry, he said. I'll refund you. What's your debit card info? Guess what does she do? Why is this cut off? 5 years later, it pains me to admit getting rid of the headphone jack was correct. It made every single public space hostile. Civilization scale bad decision. Straight men and lesbian women need to work together to create the kind of bonds gay men and straight women have. We are decades behind. Sometimes I see how many vacations people take, and I wonder if I'm bad with money or if they are. Had the best day in a long time. Saw ad of cat that went missing a few weeks ago from their elderly owners. Offered to try and find her. Went out at night, found her in 2 hours. The owner's faces when they saw her was worth more than all the money in the world. Pro tips. They stay close to where they disappeared. Buy hot cooked chicken. Smell is intense. Bring personal items. Found my cat 9 months ago, and now this one. Probably gonna start a hobby around finding missing cats. LeBron James is a reptilian. LeBron James is not a reptilian. This individual just has bad Wi-Fi. Why are eggs washed and refrigerated in the US? Australia is bigger than America, and we don't wash eggs. The US is larger than Australia by over 2 million square kilometers. Europe didn't exist in 986 or 1000. Europe did exist in 986, during a period known as the Middle Ages. This period had heavy influence on European culture. Red Bull free hack. Oh, brokies get free Red Bull. That's not a hack. That's theft. They really did evolve after us, like it's so apparent, and if anything, I think it's cute. Our big muscle beings who go out and protect for us. Male and female humans did not evolve separately. Messi limping off the field after 5 goals, looking like he just defeated an army. Messi did not score any of the 5 goals. I know of 2 British women in a well-known London hospital who came back from Turkey with no kidneys. Their organs were stolen while the women were under anesthetic. Humans cannot live with no kidneys. Me, pretending to call Goku when the Mexican cartel threatens me. Video contains an undisclosed ad for a gambling site, which is not allowed on X. The Eagle has landed on 20th of July, 1969. 55 years ago, Apollo 11 touched down on the moon. That photo is fake! It's not. The final 24 hours of civilization. The pole shift is coming. The world did not end. All of the worst people in the country are going to be absolutely raging today. This is an AI image which is based on the Champs LCs in Paris, France. A kiss between 2 women, photographed in the 1910s. Lesbians are not creepy. Pro shippers are so obsessed with me now. Context. OP tried to assault in the worst way possible their own sister, shifted blame on fiction instead of admitting their own fault. A person smoking fentanyl on the train is not making you unsafe. Just stop trying to find ways to hate poor people. Public misuse of fentanyl. A potent medical anesthetic is irresponsible and unsafe. It's intended to be only administered by trained professionals in a medical setting. No one is feeding us. We buy food which is for sale in shops. I've never been fed by any farmer. They sell the food and we buy. So let us all debunk the myth once and for all. Farmers are in the business for profit, not to feed anyone. The food that the store sells comes from the farmers. Well, yeah, of course farmers are trying to make a profit. Intermittent fasting linked to 91% increase in risk of death from heart disease. Study says it is a sensationalistic conclusion based on a non-peered review, low-quality study with flawed methodologies and data. If you go back to World War II or every major conflict in human history, they all ended with some kind of negotiation. World War II ended with the unconditional surrender of the Axis force. Never did I ever think I would hear someone say, "I want to put on record that I didn't steal my sister's knickers. I borrowed them." Girls borrow each other's underwear. Deal with it. Girls do not use other girls' underwear, mainly because of hygiene. Underwear attraction is typically a male paraphilia. For transparency, we're sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox. Roblox has a known history of refusing to take action against predators. A mother's love is unique and unmatched. That's the father, not the mother. I got catfished, but still went on the date. Seeing what being thirsty gets you. Bro went on a date with Rasputia. User in this video was not catfished. He fully knew what his date looked like. Mr. Bean turned 80 years old today. Happy birthday to the best comedian in history. He's not 80, he's 70, and it's not his birthday. He was born on January 6th, 1955. Where's the community note? We're trying, bro. Just give us a day. Trust. CR7 is built different. Specifically formulated to drive me to perform at my best in every stadium around the world. Herbalife operates a multi-level marketing scheme, and its products have been linked to serious negative health effects. And Ronaldo's promoting this? Can't believe my little data nerd experiment actually amounted to something in the real world. Scientists at Princeton University have reconstructed this 3D model of how Eve, the first human woman created by God, may have looked. This is a miscaptioned image of Taylor Swift. Show me a Shakespeare play that had lewdness or sexual behavior. Oh wait, Shakespeare plays are notoriously rife with sexual innuendo. With the drug crisis as bad as it is, it's insane to allow kids to take and eat candy from complete strangers. You know how many drug dealers disguise their drugs as candy? There has never been a substantial case of a child being seriously injured or killed by a Halloween treat from a stranger. You know, I think this person has a good point. I'm a nutritionist and my favorite food is pizza. British people are playing fast and loose with what constitutes as pizza. The photo shows a traditional Neapolitan pizza made by an authentic family-owned restaurant in Hampstead, London. This pizza is called Marco Polo on their menu and features mushrooms, prosciutto ham. A great way to make passive income is to take $3 million and buy an 8% treasury bond. You make $20,000 a month just by doing nothing. There is no 8% treasury bond available. The current highest yield is 5.3% for a 2-month bond. The current highest yield on a long-term T-bond is 20 years at 4.55. Kamala Harris formally becomes the first black woman and first Asian woman to lead the ticket of a major political party. Ain't she Indian? What do you mean Asian American? India is in Asia. This meal just costed me $78 at Newark Airport. This is why Americans think the economy is terrible. The restaurant has noted that 80% of this tab was Brooks' bar bill. Sabrina Carpenter. Wait, shouldn't the letters be projected on her chest upside down and backwards? No. What was the reason? White women also have hair. The phone knows you're awake, so it asks to turn off the morning alarm for today. Can your iPhone do this? The iPhone can do that. Elon Musk is the wealthiest man in the world, and he can get this dirty at the factory. This is AI generated, depicting billionaires if they were poor. Also, Elon Musk has thumbs. If Real Madrid didn't pay referees, the community note's cooked. There is no proof that Real Madrid ever paid the referees, whereas Barcelona was accused of paying referees during their golden era. Man for man, the greatest fighting force the world has ever known. The soldiers of the Confederate States of America fought one war and lost that war. And they can't be the greatest. Community notes. Obvious joke.
Actually?
No community note. Must mean it's real. AI deepfake technology compiles every serial killer into one man. It's the funniest community note. Nothing will top it. That is Germa. Guys, what are the possible effects of 20 cigarette adapter? What do cigarettes even do? Cancer. Microsoft Word now scolds you if you use words that aren't inclusive. This feature has been available in Microsoft Word since at least 2020 and has to be tuned on manually. We all knew this was going to happen. Bleach has officially been removed from the big three and has been replaced by Demon Slayer. Despite the presence of their logo here, Anime News Network had reported no such thing. Also, Bleach is officially being removed, not has. My hungry ass thought this was a cheesecake. Yo, hungry ass was right. The producers of the film immaculate hired Sydney Sweeney, paid Sydney Sweeney, and then thought, hey, let's make her be a nun in a habit because we hate money. The producer of this film is in fact Sydney Sweeney. The way Elon came after my meme with that community note is abhorrent. Community notes are, as the name suggests, posted by users of the X community and voted as helpful or unhelpful by other users. Elon Musk has no personal involvement with community notes. Billie Eilish says men don't face criticism about their bodies because girls are nice. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're rail thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? They don't give a damn because we see people for who they are. Billie Eilish has criticized women dating ugly men and has says that ugly men deserve nothing on recorded promotional interviews. So I'm not going to take anything she says seriously about this topic. This book is petrified rock. Giants were real. This is rock. Neil Druckmann of Naughty Dog on his upcoming PlayStation game Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, The Last Concordian. I always imagine my they/them characters like my wife's girlfriend, bigger, stronger, and more diverse than me. That's why I made this game. For me. Surprisingly, Neil did not actually say this about his upcoming game. I've reported on this, but these phone bans are part of a wider effort to cut young people off from the internet and open information. It's fine and great to have a no phone policy during class, but that's not what these schools-wide bans are on about. Taylor Lorenz is a paid spokeswoman for a company that markets cell phones to children. Black Panther's body tea and Marvel rivals. Oh my god. Clarification. This user's hobby is image manipulation to make male characters thicker. He has been around since Overwatch 1 days. This guy's been doing it for years. Here is an actual screenshot I took of his butt myself. Violence is not the way to go. Give peace a chance. Important context. John Hinckley attempted to assassinate US President Ronald Reagan in 1981. Now how is he just casually on Twitter then? Shouldn't he be in jail for life? That's Multiverses tracking my IP. Multiverses uses AI to track your IP and location for the online mode. This is how the internet works. It's just fiction. It's never just fiction. Your taste in fiction reflects your taste in reality. Taste in fiction doesn't indicate one's morals and cannot predict behavior. What one enjoys in fiction has no bearing on their character. Studies support this. For instance, video games don't cause real violence. Yeah, but I gotta disagree with this, I think. I think taste in fiction, at least certain types of fiction, can say a lot about a person. Last night I tried pizza with pineapple pineapple on it. It actually works. Yes, finally. Someone who agrees with me. It actually tasted really good. Praise be to pineapple. Pineapple on pizza has been described as a crime against humanity. While that is not accurate, its dark origins have to be exposed. Canadians desperate for attention used canned pineapple in heavy syrup to ruin pizza. This is a British university. Where are the white pupils? That is not a University of Leicester. UK has become a circus. This is not the University of Leicester in the UK. It is the dancehall artist Raja Wild in Jamaica. A small detail that comes in handy. FX series Shogun takes place at the time of first contact between European colonizers and indigenous Japanese people. In the process, it shows something rarely seen on screen: the shocking hubris of the colonizer and the dehumanization of the colonized. Japan has never been colonized. However, Japan has been a brutal colonizer. These were just in my feed, not even my collection. Machine invented in the 15th century by Christian priests to break the hands and fingers of scientists, artists, painters, sculptors deemed to be heretics. It's fake. There's no evidence that it was an actual device used in the medieval era, and it was probably one of the various modern fakes sold to weirdos or used as anti-Catholic propaganda. I've played day and night to pass this. This gameplay is not part of the actual game. I hate ads like this. Why are you showing fake gameplay? If I install your game and it's just not the same game as what it's been advertised as, I'm uninstalling it. I'm not giving it a chance. Incredible moment captured on video as a shark takes an injured seal to humans on a boat so they can help save it. As expected from the Daily Loud, this footage was edited and spliced to present an alternative narrative of a shark trying to save a turtle. In the original video, the fisherman rescued the turtle from a tiger shark after the turtle tried to climb aboard their boat. Yeah, I don't really know how a shark would be saving a turtle. Just found out the dog and dog with blog died. Kuma, the dog in the first photo, did the first 5 episodes of the show and passed away in 2018. Mick, the dog from the following 68, is still alive. Aaron Paul claims he made $0 from Breaking Bad streaming on Netflix. Aaron Paul was paid by AMC per episode. His character was supposed to last 1 season, but was still paid millions for the role. Netflix did not create Breaking Bad and are not contractually obligated to pay anyone except AMC for the streaming rights. Mason Greenwood is back and the whole world is happy. The whole world isn't happy about this at all. I don't think the whole world cares. You can't protest peacefully. You can't boycott. You can't hunger strike. What am I saying? Why can't I read? You can't hunger strike. You can't hijack planes. You can't block traffic. You can't throw Molotovs. You can't self-immolate. In most jurisdictions, you can legally protest peacefully, boycott, and hunger strike. You can't hijack planes or throw Molotov cocktails. That's terrorism. Happening right now. 3 buses loaded up with illegal invaders at Detroit Metro. Anyone have any idea where they're headed with their police escort? This is the men's Gonzaga basketball in Detroit for the NCAA Sweet 16 tournament. Bud Light, Target, Disney, Jaguar, now Cracker Barrel, one by one, once great American companies are self-destructing with woke rebrands. When will executives take the note? Wokeism isn't a failed ideology. It's economic death. Jaguar is not an American brand. The Dubai work ethic is crazy. They do construction work 24/7, no breaks. Western culture starts at 9 AM, finishes at 5. Here they just keep going. This is the level we have to get to. Dubai and the rest of the UAE have the kufala system, a brutal modern form of indentured servitude. This has been compared to slavery of yesteryears. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 will feature the following improvements: additional chapters, upgraded visuals, improved UI, 1080p 60 FPS, assist mode, in-game soundtrack, amiibo support, 2-player single Joy-Con, and mouse controls on the NS2. Nintendo Switch cannot display 4K and 120 FPS at the same time. TikToker doesn't wipe her bum. Dogs are known to do butt scooting and cats lick themselves. Not wiping after pooping can have side effects such as skin irritation, skin infection, urinary tract infection, and so on. If you bath a lot, these problems can be minimized. Yeah, I thought the community would be like, this person is rage baiting, or this person actually does go to the toilet. Like,